This is the Men Behind the Mitts podcast. Hosted by Big J. And now, here's your favorite Buttes.
What's up, guys? Episode 44, getting underway from Men Behind the Mitts. It's good to be back in the studio with my boy Silk. How you doing, bro? It's good to see you.
What's up, buddy? It's so good to see you. You're so busy this weekend, getting it in.
Yeah, man.
Barely spoke.
Yeah, we had a great weekend, man. Me and Denim went up to Philly for Winter Wars for the roller hockey tournament, man. It was a blast, dude. I had a lot of fun playing roller. Learned a lot, dude. Roller hockey has definitely changed from 10 years ago. It's literally the last time I played a competitive roller hockey game. But dude, it was so much fun. Had a blast with the guys, man. And me and Denim and Gordy found this dope ass dive bar. We'll get into that. I'm gonna tell that story later, man. But dude, we had a really good time with roller, dude. It was definitely it was fun. Excited for the future, more tournaments, and it's hockey season, like, you know what I mean? COVID's kind of dying down, things are starting to lighten up a little bit, I guess I'll take that.
Yeah.
But how was your weekend, man? We'll definitely catch up. But how was your weekend?
Good, man. Skated this weekend.
Yes,
of course, and just chilled. It was so beautiful. I was outside mostly.
yeah,
just enjoying the weather. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was definitely
nice.
mild. We were up in Philly, and dude, like, it was like 60s. It was nice. It wasn't unbearably cold or anything like that. Second day, man, we always wearing shorts and a t-shirt on Saturday. It was nice, bro.
Yeah, it was super nice, right?
Yeah, it was.
What part?
So nice.
What part of PA were you guys in?
So the tournament. Philly? Yeah, so the tournament was in Feasterville, which was 10 miles outside of Philadelphia. Okay. Like the city of Philadelphia. So we were right there. It was whack, though. The tournament was at the sport complex in Feasterville. And then I guess they had this tournament, dude, there were so many teams in this tournament. There was literally a junior team. There was like a junior team, like a junior A team. Then there was senior A, senior double A, senior 35 over, 45 over, senior pro, dude. There was endless like teams. There was so many teams, bro. They had to rent out another rink, like 30 miles away. Like, it was an hour away from like where the hub tournament was. There was two rinks at this one hub, and then the other rink was they were just so overwhelmed they had to rent out another rink. It was crazy, dude. Like, yeah, like, so we were it was kind of cool because number one, the schedules were crazy. So we had a game Friday night, and me and Steve both got off work a little early, got on the road at like 1:30. Or like, yeah, like, thank God we did. It was like, because GPS was like, oh yeah, 3.5 hours. I was like, bet, dude. I was like, I figured 4 with like traffic growing, like getting up through the city and stuff like that. 6 hours. We barely made the game, bro. Like, I had to cancel with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it sucked, bro. Like, we were like in traffic, and we were like, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Like, holy shit! Like, this was supposed to be cake. Like, we had easy pass and every dude. We were behind one accident. We sat there for 45 minutes behind just one accident, bro. Like, and we barely got there. And then, like, so get this, man. So I'm so stupid. Like, I was just wanting to get on the road, so I put in Feasterville, PA. I didn't even put in the rink or like the hotel. Like, I just put in Feasterville. Like, hey, take me to Feasterville. And I'm like, as we're pulling in, it's like, your destination's up here. I was like, oh shit, bro, we're just in Feasterville. Cool. Like, way to go, man. I need the rink. So the rink ended up being like 7 more minutes away. We barely, dude. Such a debacle. We barely got there for the first game.
Oh man.
I think I took, for not playing a competitive game of roller hockey or ever touching like a roller hockey puck on a sport court in 10 years. And then I had 1 minute and 30 seconds to warm up. I took 3 shots. They all sailed about a foot over top. And I said, wow, this puck is really light. Like, dude, this puck sucked. They don't slide worth anything, bro. Definitely different from the old Milek ones they used to use. They're not the same anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it's slower?
Super slow. Super. Like, it's like, holy shit. Like, I kept like dragging the puck behind.
And
Yeah.
the game is slower now. That's interesting.
No, the game is
I used to love
faster.
roller
So
hockey. That was my passion, but like it wasn't slow like that. Like you went out
yeah,
like
the old
possession
mile leg
maybe, and
pucks were
as far as
different.
the player, you bought more time with your individual skill.
Yeah. There was a
But
lot of possession. Like it definitely was. It was a little culture shock, not culture shock, but just different. Because I mean, I had played competitive roller, but man, it was all about possession. And I've been playing nothing but ice hockey, so we're just like, I'm thinking push the pace, and we got legs, let's use them. And ended up playing defense as well. I'm not a defenseman. The team we were on threw me back there. I was like, I can play anywhere. Sure, I'll figure it out. I was not ready for a stay-at-home defenseman in roller hockey scenario for game one. Was not ready for that. I had to watch. I ended up watching like 2 pro games after that. I'm just like, oh, like this is how you play stay-at-home defenseman in roller hockey. Like I kind of had to like learn. I was just picking up like a couple points. It was definitely different for sure from going from left wing from ice guys.
I can imagine. Wow.
But dude, it was a good weekend. Didn't get no one dangled. No one dangled. Took everyone to the outside. Did my job. Ate a couple pucks for the boys. It was a good weekend, man. We had fun. We didn't do that well. We ended up with 2 L's and 1 dub. We were out. But for a group of guys that never played together before, like, well, they had a couple guys that played together, but for us joining and like in this tournament last minute, we didn't do bad. Had a lot of fun though. It was a good time, man. Definitely getting to skate like that and being able, like I was able to hang. Like there was these young kids, dude. We played this one team that gave us our first L. The average age had to be like 20 years old, like 21, maybe tops.
Young guys.
So young, dude, so fast. I was just like, this is my nightmare. Like I'm 32, bro. Like I was just like, I'm panting and we're at the face off. I'm just like, all right, get it together. Like, come on. I was like, this is what you've been training for. Like, you got this. And this kid's just like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's up, buddy? Like, what is happening? He drops the puck and he's like, and we were playing man to man at one point. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, 30 more seconds of this, and they're gonna have the opportunity because it's gonna be me losing this kid. But yeah, man, they had this one kid. He touched the puck and he was so fucking fast. Like I was like, dude, this kid is dumb fast. But you can definitely tell a difference between ice and roller, like players. That you can tell who plays what for sure, and it's usually how fast they bitch about anything. Like we had, like there was a couple guys, like there was actually some legit body checks thrown into some boards, and I was like, oh, they're letting it play, like they're letting the boys play, And then as soon as you would like slash one kid's stick, just like let him know you're there, like a good stick check, he'd be like, what's that? And he's like, oh, okay, he's a roller hockey player. You know what I mean? You could even at this level, like you could still tell. It was like this is kind of funny. Like you can tell who's been playing what. It was wild.
I bet, dude. I bet you there's still guys that have been solely roller that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it's
the ice lifestyle, and they're like, "Whoa, why is this guy being so aggressive back?"
Yeah, I'm not gonna say roller's easier because it's just a different game. Like it's a totally different game. The objective is totally different. The style of play is totally like dump and chase is not a thing. You know what I mean? It's just there's so many different. It's just a different style, and you can see why different aesthetics would be different for each game. Like a lot of these guys were like, dude, they look like little stick men. Like they were so thin. Like, and I was just like, look how light these guys are. Like you just push them off the puck. Like, it was wild. But I don't know. It was cool.
I love ice hockey.
Yeah, ice hockey, it's totally different. Like the turning, dude, I hit the brakes. So I only fell twice, which was dope. And I actually used the Mars blades. And shout out to John Shavio. Shavs, our boy. I messaged him when we were in Philly and I was like, bro, the 01s are doing well, like in the tournament. Like I was like, it was definitely a workout, man. I even tightened the chassis so you can tighten the flow motion. And I tightened them because I was just reading up on the R1s and like, the R1s are just tuned, tighter. So it's a less of a workout, more of a functionality. So I kind of tightened up mine. But dude, my calves were on fire. Like that, those skates work every single muscle in your leg. It's so wild, dude. But they held up well, and it definitely kept me in the game. Like there was a few times where I transitioned, and I was like, oh, if I didn't have these, that wasn't going to happen. Like the way it felt on my feet, I was just like, yeah, the way I was able to keep my momentum with my hips open. I was like, if these were regular, I wouldn't be able to still generate, a little bit of speed while I'm in that position, if that makes sense. Because I was just rocking,
Yeah, I feel you.
But
I like that's. I mean, man, I don't even know what to say. Like that's the roller hockey has just blown me away. That's how they play now. They slowly hold the puck behind the net.
It's crazy.
That's not fun, honestly.
And then it's all a possession. That's what I mean. Like if you don't have possession and if you don't have the lead, roller hockey really sucks because then they have possession and then you're trying to forecheck, then you're forcing an odd man rush and it's automatically 4-on-3. One guy bites or someone's backdoor and you got to pinch on the middle. It's wild. Like it happens really, like goals happen really fast. Like it'll be possession out of nowhere. That's all fuck a goal. It's wild, dude. It's really cool though. Like I definitely see like I said, I got a couple pointers that I can definitely pick up from and looking forward to learning the game as well as just growing the skill. Cause it was there. Like I just got to put it all together. Like I made a few moves real confident, had a couple shots on net, no points. A couple shots on net because I was playing defense, but the opportunity was there. And like I said, the legs were good. Like that's what I was real happy about. Like the legs were good. I was definitely happy with myself in that aspect.
That's what's up, man. That's awesome to hear that the Mars blades worked out and everything like that. And
definitely,
it's tight to hear that off season has been paying off well, right? Like you can hang. That's awesome to hear.
It felt good too. Just getting like referees and like competitive and no penalties, bro. What? No penalties? Like that was
first time for everything.
Yeah, that was a goal of mine. I was like, don't take any penalties. I was like, you're not slow. Like you don't need hooks. You don't need slashes. Like you're there. You know what I mean? Like you don't need any slow guy penalties. And
all right. Gotta ask. Gotta feel the fire here. Now that you've played a roller game, which one do you prefer more?
Oh, ice for sure. But I am looking forward to playing more roller. Let's put it that way.
That's what's up.
I like the game of ice hockey. Like I'm talking about. I'm getting new. Like I'm looking at new twigs. Like I want to set. Yeah, I want to set for each because like it's so different. Like it's.
So what type of twig would you get? What would be the differences?
So I'm thinking lighter. I got to spend the money. I think I'm gonna go Vaporfly light.
I love my fucking sticks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. And I'm actually going to. So like my twigs are dumb long. Like and everyone gives a shit. McFly always gives me shit on Instagram and everything. But we got the 4 over stock, and like I like it for ice. I'm going to keep this is why I'm getting at this is because I want to keep those for ice. Like my shot and my handles on ice, I think are perfect for that setup. But with roller, I want a little bit shorter of a stick because it's more of a stick handling kind of in a close scenario type of situation. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to go for, maybe like a +2 or something and not a plus, like order the +4s and then cut them down to like a 2 over, just going to try something a little different for roller. The puck's lighter too. Like the feel is a little bit different. So I want a lighter stick really. And I doing like a Tim Stutzel, basically like a Timmy Stutzy job, bro. I did like one strip on the face of the blade and then I wrapped the toe like just enough to where if I had had the shot or I could scoop it, like just enough to do the toe. And it was legit, bro. And my stick felt a little bit lighter. Like just how we noticed just a little bit of things like that. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like that's why I was like, I'm gonna move towards a lighter stick. Didn't take any clappers. So I was like, okay, this is definitely more of a precision shot game. That was cool too. Like I noticed that on the team, like in the roller, everyone on our team could snipe. Like that's what's cool about roller. What's not cool about roller. You really can't get that feeling because if someone might not be the best skater, but dude, that puck, you can fling that fucking puck. Like it's insane, So it's like, oh, anyone can legit snipe. You know what I mean? So, but that puck's wild. But I'm definitely I want to go with a lighter stick, a little bit, maybe just a little bit shorter. I don't know.
The way you just talked about it, like that just adds to why I love ice hockey more. Because like to be good in ice hockey, you have to be good at ice hockey. You have to be an athlete. You have to be an athlete. There's no getting away with it. Like you can't skate. You have to be able to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like sounds like you can get away with having weak ankles and just be sniping from the blue line because you can. I'm just thinking about it. Like that puck weight is so light. Like you don't even have to come all the way through on your follow through to go bar down. Like it's a lower release. You're just like coming off your hip.
And you can keep the puck on the floor. Yeah. Not like just rip it because the goalies can't drop. Like it's definitely a different game. You know what I mean? But no, the speed is definitely a factor. Like you got to have the legs because you got to get open. Like that's the whole thing. You got to create your own space. Like you got to have the eyes for it. It's definitely fun. I definitely can't wait to learn more of that side and definitely continue to do some tournaments. We got like looking at Norwich tours. We got some in your direction, like Pittsburgh. We got to get you involved in this, man. Like it was weird. It was weird not having the broski there. It was weird. I just
been touched roller hockey since like I gave it up, and then when I
me either. It was fun, bro. I'm telling you, it was so much fun.
Interesting. Might have to look
Yeah.
at buying some wheels, maybe some
Yeah,
Mars
and
blades.
we got to look into the beer league, the BLPA tournament.
Yes,
We got
I'm
to get the
definitely playing some
boys.
ice
Oh yeah,
tournaments.
yeah.
I don't care.
We got to get the squad rolling on that, man.
I
'Cause we got
sent
to
you
get
some
registered.
jersey ideas. Those are pretty sick.
Yeah,
I
fuck yeah,
liked
man.
the
I'm really excited
colors.
about
It's
it.
gonna be hard. Yeah.
Hell yeah! All
Might have
right,
to sell
so
those.
I want to tell one more story real fast before we get in to the to our hockey stuff real fast. Oh wait, yeah. Should I tell it or should we do puck?
Yeah. What is it about?
It's a luncheon story that between me and Chick, bro. It's it's so luncheon.
Yeah,
All
man.
right,
Let's
so
hear
look.
it. Let's hear
All
it.
right,
Let's
so
hear it.
look. I was sitting me and Stevie. It was like the other night. We were watching the Caps game. We're sitting up here on the couch, and out of nowhere, Chick texts me a picture of her fridge is open, and she texts me a picture of a bottle of marinara sauce. And she's like, "Did you open this?" And there's just a little bit missing. Like there's just a little bit missing. And I'm like, she's like, "Did you open this?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." She's like, "When did you open it? Like, how long has it been in here?" I was like, "I don't know, a couple weeks." Like, I don't know, like just a couple weeks. And she was like, "Why do you do this? Why do you open things, use a little bit, and not tell me and put them back?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? It's fine." She's like, "Now I gotta throw it away." I was like, "Don't throw it away." I was like, "Don't throw in the marinara." I was like, "I will consume that marinara at some point. Like, don't throw it, don't throw it away." And she's like, "You're so annoying. You're so frustrating." She was like, "I know." She's like, "I know when you used it." Like out of nowhere, and she just like remembered why I would open a bottle of marinara. She had Pizza Hut like a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, and we were out of marinara, and there was some breadsticks left.
What are you gonna do? You have to have
Yeah,
marinara.
exactly.
I keep
What
a
are you
little
gonna do?
marinara when I make spaghetti with garlic bread. Like I keep a little to the side to dip
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So perfect example for why I use a little bit of marinara.
Yeah.
But with luncheon is like I just heated up the breadstick and then like I just dipped the breadstick in the jar of marinara. Like,
You trifle, mother.
but dude, like it's just I just need a little bit. Like I only had like one more breadstick.
Oh my goodness. She was probably heated, boy.
I was so mad. And
The marinara. I gotta throw away the marinara.
And I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, Steve, like, I'm like, she's so mad about this jar of marinara. And he's like, "I don't get it, bro. I'm still like, you're gonna eat the marinara." I'm like, "Me too." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck this shit. I got marinara money." I was like, "I'll buy you another jar of marinara." I was like, "What are you talking
marinara
about?"
money.
So that's the new joint. I got marinara money, bro. Like, I'll buy you 2 jars. You want the low sodium? Like, what? I got marinara.
You want the garlic herb? What you want?
I like the garlic herb, yo.
Yeah, me too. I'm a garlic herb kind of guy.
But dude, I had to share that. Like, I was like, this is one of the best text threads. I was like, what is happening? Like, you're so bent over this jar of marinara. And I'm like, don't throw it away. Like, I'll use it for something. Like, is what it is.
Nothing like the lady riding your ass over a little snack.
Yeah, just little breadsticks and marinara.
What am I supposed to do here?
What am I supposed to do?
You know? Let's talk hockey though. Let's go.
Hockey, let's go.
NHL time.
NHL. Let's
break it down. We'll start with the divisions real quick. We'll go over them. Anybody that doesn't know yet, if you haven't read the headlines of this episode, we have a special guest with us. So we're gonna buzz through NHL tonight for you boys, just to go over it, because some of you guys like to keep up with what's going on via us, and we appreciate that. So I've gotten some good feedback. So we're gonna hit on around the league, and then we'll roll into our interview.
Say some stuff some teams have been moving, so we got to touch on them real quick.
Yeah, you want to get the good guys out the way first or last?
Let's do the good guys last, because there's something I want to talk about with Ovi. So,
all right, let's start with the Central then. We'll start off with Central. Tampa Bay and Florida have been battling for the first spot in the division. It's been one hell of a season in the Central Division. It's been so tough. Like these teams are just they're so good. There's so many good teams in the Central Division this year. It's unreal.
They're scary.
Fun. Yeah, it's been fun to watch the Central play out. Tampa Bay though, goaltender Vasilevsky on his 11 straight wins, bro. Second in most in the NHL, is a stud down there. I think Victor Hedman has like 26 assists, most in the NHL. Like, and the defenseman, like, unreal. The Tampa Bay Lightning are unreal right now. And Stamkos isn't even like first line.
Yeah, that's what's wild.
And no Cooch.
And I can't get over Florida, dude. Barkov and Yandel, bro. Like, these boys are buzzing down there in Florida. They're song. Like, these boys are all in, bro. Like, Barkov's. Did you see that clip for Barkov going down to shootout? And Yandel's like, "You're my favorite player." Like right as Barkov takes the puck to go on his shootout, he was mic'd. It was so fucking cool, man. It's so good to see those boys buzzing.
Man,
like,
that's awesome.
Scary teams,
I love
man.
the fucking NHL. I really do.
Dude, the guys are so good, man. They're so good to each other. So, but wrapping up right behind first in Tampa, second in Florida, Carolina, and Columbus. They're right there in those 3-4 positions.
Well, there's a big difference of 10 points between third and fourth.
Yeah.
Carolina's right in the mix for the top 3.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is at 48, Florida 44, third place Carolina at 43, and then the fourth place drops off 10 with Columbus. That, though, is scary because now you're giving teams like Chicago, who have been lingering and playing well, a chance at a playoff spot. They're tied at 33 and 5th. This could be interesting because Columbus is not looking hot. Line is off the rocker, but it's not looking good. If he doesn't start it drinking, he's going to.
Speaking of drinking, I'm going to try this Corona Seltzer Cherry.
Free ad time. Yeah. Free ad time. Yeah.
Come on, sponsor me.
Call me Corona. How is it? Big J's taste test.
Man, all these seltzers taste exactly the same. It's like flat.
Well, the fortunate thing is, but when the flavor, there's some that have good flavor, like the Bud Light.
The aftertaste is getting better. The cherry.
That's where they get
settling.
you. It's like, no, thanks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not a seltzer guy. Like, I'm just not people like vodka seltzers. Like, woof.
Do you like soda water?
I'm not a fan.
Nope.
Just can't do it. So that's why these are hard to drink.
I've tried. My girl loves it, so she's always got these great looking flavors, like cherry mango the other day, and I was like, man, that sounds so good and refreshing.
But
I was like, let me try it. And I go to taste it, and I'm just like, I open it, I look at her, I said, I'm not gonna drink this. She said, 1 sip. I said, I'm not gonna drink this. I can dump it out, or you want it? She's like pissed off about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna drink it though. I'm not gonna drink it.
Dude, it's like an imposter.
It's not good.
You're like, whoa, like you said, mango fusion, stale water. Yeah. Like no matter what, dude.
Not
like,
good. Not good.
How do people drink it? All right, sorry. Back on track. Wrapped up the Central. Chicago's not doing. Chicago's there.
That was wild.
When is Dallas? What's Dallas? Is Dallas going to pop? Yes or no? That's all I want to know. Is Dallas going to catch a pop or no?
I don't think so. I expect it more out of Ben. Jamie.
Yeah,
Ben.
he's having a rough season. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's a rough, but I just expect it more.
No, his play is not well. Like I think he's struggling a little bit. I don't know what's going on. His play is
missing Tyler Seguin too. Has to be huge.
Yeah, that's like his right hand man on that squad. So wrapping up though down there, Nashville and Detroit, not much changing. Feel terrible for the boys. Just absolutely terrible.
No, Nashville in 7th at 27. They're right there with Dallas. They're close to 33. They can make a push, but Dallas. So at 31 games played for Nashville, 27 for Dallas. Everybody's over that 30 mark. Now's the time. Like you got to get it together now. Like at 27, they can make a strong push for that 4th spot with it being only at 33. So like now's the time. So we'll see what happens with a lot of these divisions and that 4th spot, and especially with teams that are close and floating in the top 3, maybe floating out. Like let's jump over to the West. It's a battle for the West. Like
dude,
we got Vegas leading right now with 43 points, but in second at 40 is Colorado. It's a close race for everyone. And then you got Minnesota in 3rd at 37, 4th place St. Louis at 37. So they're technically tied. Yeah. And then 5th place Coyotes at 31. And
6 points difference.
And then the LA Kings are at 30. So technically they're only 7 out of the 4th spot at St. Louis. So the Kings of all teams could make a playoff push at this point. That's what I'm saying. Like it's anybody's race. These top teams. Yeah, everyone's got the shithole team that's not good. But even in the West at 24 points, Anaheim technically could go on a run and still make that 4th place spot. Like that's crazy.
That's so wild.
Which, by the way, Jamie Drysdale and Trevor Zegras both getting their first fucking goals. U.S.-born guys. Love watching them. Just got the gold medal World Juniors. So happy to see them seeing success with such a once a legendary franchise.
Yeah. And how about Zegras did have that shootout goal.
He had that
regulation. But that was his first goal in regulation. Then,
yeah. Had a nice little pass from American-born stud Troy Terry.
Yeah,
Anaheim has some American studs, Team USA out there. I'm fucking telling you, bro, they're gonna be scary. And you think about these guys when they make the push for the Olympics. Trevor Zegras, Jamie Drysdale, those guys are gonna be skating with Clayton Keller and Austin Matthews. Like, it's gonna be nasty. Dylan Larkin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for the Olympics. I'm sorry. I'm just gassed up about it. International
Dude,
hockey like gets me going, bro.
the American squad is looking right.
We have this. Listen, we know Canada's going to be. We're getting way off track every division here. We know Canada has a deep roster every year, and that's why like we could put together a team, bro. We really could if we want to run, but we'll see. So yeah, the West though, Vegas, man, they're leading and they're looking good as usual, right?
Yeah, they got all the gears going, dude. They got Stoner's on one. Having Max 100% back on one. Their squad, their tender squad, they're rotating. It's a scary squad. Vegas is they're a powerful team, man. They're the perfect combination. They really are, because what's great about having
a little bit of everything.
They're a little bit of everything. And what's great about having a little bit of everything is all these players are gonna hit it at one point or another. Like they're gonna go on streaks, and they're streaking well, man. Like it's crazy. They're a dangerous squad.
Such a smart move too to make Mark Stone the captain. God, he is man. Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have to that's such a great guy to get behind and be like, yeah, this is our first, captain. This is going to be our guy, like to lead the way. And you think Vegas, you'll think Mark Stone. Like, okay, because I love Mark Stone. I wish he was a Capital.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to say that. There's a lot of guys on other teams. I'll take Brad Marchand. Like it. There's a lot of guys
for sure.
But yeah, Mark Stone's one of those guys where he's just a great hockey player. Both sides of the puck. Great two-way hockey player, just always involved in every aspect. Has a great dangle, has a great, has a soft touch, great shot, great IQ.
The attitude. Yeah, the IQ,
the attitude
bro,
for
so
sure.
Important.
If he fucks up, he is the first one to try to be out there and make up for it, and that's huge. And then you got Colorado in second at 40 points. They're close, bro. They're scary always, right? Nathan
McKinnon, Ratman. Oh my
Nathan
God,
McKinnon
bro.
is due one, pro. There's so much skill out there. Burakovsky's turned up to another level.
I'm so happy to see a guy like that. Like we talk about like former Capitals all the time, but to see a former Capital like that growing and becoming the player we knew, like we talked about his future a lot when the Capitals had him, and they just didn't want any more time to develop him. And
he lacked a little confidence in that locker room. It's not hard to think about it. You got just right.
Look who you're playing with.
Yeah, close to him in even age. You got Kuznetsov and Verana. Yeah. And Wilson, what I'm saying, not to mention you're under Nicholas Backstrom, TJ Oshie, Ovechkin. There's a lot of you got to be on your A game. I feel like mentally every day going in that locker room. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the guys lean on each other. You know what I'm saying? But you got to stay on that wave, right? To have a good locker room and going into every game like that. So it's why he was streaky the way he was, and that's what I mean by that. Like he probably had a couple more off games. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. He's excelling out there, though.
Yeah, for sure, dude. What an exciting team to watch. Colorado is it, man. They're dangerous. I can't wait for playoffs.
Yeah, third place, Minnesota at 37, and like I said, and then they're tied with St. Louis with 37 points. Minnesota's scary, man. Yeah. I could see them making a push. They're playing some great hockey out there.
Yeah, dude. Their squad right now, dude, they're taking off. Hold on, let me pull up. I want to need some stats here. Hold on. There's no stats there. There we are. Dude, Kiprusoff, 15 assists. Let's go. How can I not? I love talking about this guy. 15 assists, 10 goals, 29 games played, 25 points. Watching him skate, and this is I love talking about creating space because that's what you have to do in this league to score. Kiprusoff opens his dude, cycles himself, comes across the middle every time. Like I told you, he's hacked the NHL. He can score every time on that. It's incredible. I love watching that guy play.
Yeah, but St. Louis also has a really good squad, man. Perron leading the team at 33 points, and then following him, Captain O'Reilly with 31, and then Braden Shin at 24. I like the way they've played, man. You got a huge signing with Torrey Krug, who's put up third most on the team in assists with 15. He's playing well. O'Reilly with the captaincy is just standing out as well. 10 goals so far this season with 21 assists. That's great two-way hockey player. Love him. He's like a TJ Oshie, if you're going to compare players.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Big fan of Zach Sanford on that squad too, man. Another former Capital,
yeah. And he got into that huge fight the year they made that cup run.
Yeah.
Remember that? And, that brought that team together. So, yeah, St. Louis is scary. Arizona, though, 31. This very surprising. I didn't expect Arizona to make a push like that, but they are. And it'll be close to see if they can do it. LA, though, is the real deal. I feel like they've got the talent, and their guys are playing well. Kopitar, Dustin Brown, all of them. Like they found the fountain of youth. We've said this before, and LA can really make a push too out there in the West. That would be crazy to knock out a team like Minnesota or St. Louis with a Kings roster the way they're at, because it's fair to say that they're not like they don't have one of the deepest rosters, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
Mm. Yeah. San Jose and Anaheim filling out the bottom of the West. You want to jump to the North? All right. My second favorite division in the NHL, the North.
Second favorite, is that just because the team we're about to talk about right now? Or the guy we're about to talk about right now?
Chess.
Yes.
You caught me. Toronto Maple Leafs are in first place in the North still. And it doesn't look like anything's going to be changing that anytime soon.
Is it just this Canadian? So we got to talk about it. Is it just the Canadian division? Because you've got Toronto leading the way, 42 points.
Austin Matthews, 21 goals. Mitch Marner, 12 goals. William Nylander, 12 goals. Come on, bro.
Look at Marner's assists. 28 assists.
He's got 40 points. Matthews, 36.
Morgan Riley.
And then John Tavares is at 27.
Yeah. That's a dangerous number.
And then you got goaltending. Freddie Anderson's a 291. Hutchinson's a 239. And goals against average, 2.39 to be exact.
And look at Jack Campbell coming in. I guess he's played 4 games and he has 4 wins, and he has a goal against average of 1. Talk about a down the bench stud.
Save percentage of .965. Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Everything's clicking for them right now. So I don't think the argument for is the North that good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the North can arguably say they are in this, because second place or tied for first, honestly, both of them have 40 points, is Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. Right
up there battling. Edmonton is the real deal, obviously, with the pairing of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. The first to go back-to-back with reaching 50 points on the same team.
Yeah, I was going to say McDavid's at 60 and Draisaitl's at 50. Like that bromance right there. Good Lord, man.
Yeah, right. Connor McDavid, 21 goals, 18 goals for Draisaitl, and then McDavid with 39 apples and Draisaitl's 32. So these guys are leading the team in assists and goals, but more assists than goals. That's crazy. It's not like they're just having to do it all themselves, score all the, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy the skill level of these two guys are on one squad. And then you got Tyson Barrie at third on the team, 26 assists, who's also third in the team with 30 points. That's a huge pickup. He's coming over from Toronto.
Yeah, man. That's this squad. Just looking at this top line squad is just insane. Ryan Nugent Hopkins is on that squad, 26 points over 34 games. Dude, this squad is dangerous, but we know what happens.
And they have great goaltending too. Mike Smith.
Yeah, Mike Smith.
He's 11-3 with a 2.34 goals against on a .922 save percentage so far this year. 16 games played. He's been huge. If he can keep playing like this, Toronto won't be able to slip up, and they're going to lose that first spot. Either way, I think these two teams are going to be standing fairly close in the same position.
Definitely.
But right on their ass in third is Winnipeg. Winnipeg's got 40 points. They're only 2 points away. 32 games played, so they're right up there with them. They're 19-11. Winnipeg is a good-looking team. They've been a good-looking team, even once they lose Line. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a Washington team. You can just fit players in, you know?
Yeah.
And they've gotten strong goaltending as well up there. And then you got Montreal on 37, who's arguably still in the game. They're in fourth, and they're not far out from the third place spot, so it's not like they're getting run away from. But there will be a battle for that fourth spot for sure.
Yeah, because Vancouver's right on their heels, 35 points.
Yeah,
and Vancouver, man, if they can put it together, they're almost there. It seems.
I'm a fan of Demko and Bozer.
Yeah, big fan of Demko
and Höglander. So. And they think, yeah.
And Horvat, but Horvat out there having 14 goals in the season so far. Like,
they got a nice little collection of old caps up there. Holtby, who else they got over there? Shit.
They got Quinn Hughes. What a squad, bro.
Nate Schmidt's up there.
Yeah, he got traded over there. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
Jay Biggs. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Beagle. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. I was like, who are we fishing for here?
Yeah. Beagle's up there. Then you got Calgary in 6 at 33, arguably still close to being able to make a playoff run still. They're sitting at 500. They're 33 games in, so they don't have the most games played like Vancouver at 36, but you know, I've watched a few of these Calgary games and they got it and then they don't. There's no consistency there for me with Calgary. Some nights they look really good and then they're not putting together, you know, bands of games, you know, they're not going on runs.
You're pretty much saying exactly how I feel about Ottawa, because I do enjoy watching this Ottawa squad, even though they're not, well, all right, let me not say squad. Let me say Stutzel and Tkachuk. Like I enjoy watching them play. Like I like that line, but like, yeah, man, Ottawa's just, I mean, they're bottom of the barrel right now, 25 points. They're pretty far out of it, 11 wins, 20 losses. They're having a rough get together, but it's weird. I enjoy watching.
But at the same time, we've seen how successful they can play when they're playing well. It's not, there's enough games, I think, still that no one's counted out yet.
Right. Okay. See, my mindset, it's like, man, we're over the hump.
Yeah,
who knows?
Right.
Because it's such a short season, man. Just this bounce back time it's going to have to be quick.
Yeah. So, yeah, but
I don't know if you saw literally right before we sat down, I just got the notification that Montreal is postponed out until Sunday. So this drops Thursday. COVID. 3 guys get COVID. So we suspend.
And they lost Tyler Toffoli to an injury. So Montreal going to be battling for that 4th spot and depleted roster. That's tough.
It's bullshit, man. It's that COVID shit is such. It's got to just because Ovi did it willingly. I'm telling you. Fucking Gretzky's. The Gretzky's are in on it. They're in on COVID.
The fact that literally every single team has gotten time off for COVID except for
I'm off. They get
players.
Yeah, bro. When
just your players can say it. You guys can keep playing.
Yeah, bring your whole AHL squad. Figure it out. Like, no, these guys get to bump a whole thing. Like, how does that make any sense? I don't get it, bro. Gary Bettman.
Speaking of Washington, Connor McMichael down in the AHL, lighting it up. I cannot wait. Just had a hat trick. He tied the game in the 3rd period with seconds left, and then the same thing in overtime. Buzzer beater, wins it. Hattie, unreal. And that kid, oh my goodness, that kid's playing for us, the Washington Capitals. Like, yeah. Let's jump into the East. Yeah, go ahead though.
I was gonna say, what do you think? I think we should just let him develop. Like, let's not rush him up. I would say not worst case scenario, but best case scenario.
I think that's exactly what's happening now. He got time up with the boys a little bit, so he knows what it's like to play in a legit game in the show. And now he's down there running shit because he's seen what the top dog is. So now he's developing. He's the best amongst his peers. So I think he'll be ready by next year. If this next year,
I would say next year, maybe not worst case scenario, but like, if we have a playoff push, maybe bring the kid in. You know, if he's doing well down there, he's buzzing. Like,
for sure.
Let's get some fresh blood. Come get his first goal. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a big deal, man.
Because he was on the taxi squad in the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he's only gotten better, he didn't fall off, didn't take a hit to the chin, you know what I'm saying, as far as ego and getting sent down, like he excelled. And so the coach just has to see that and reward that.
Yeah.
In the East, though, Caps battling for that first spot. They're sitting in 2nd behind the New York Islanders, who seem to be just a fucking unstoppable train at 46 points.
Yeah, man. They found a gear, and they're stuck in that gear, and they're rolling. Like, this team, big loss. Anders Lee's still out for the season. We're going to touch on it every time because he's a big part of that team, and they're doing well.
He's still leading the team in goals with 12.
Yeah. And they're doing well without him. They've got everyone stepping up. Brock Nelson, Eberle, Barzell. Yeah. Like, dude, like this is a team. This is a dangerous squad. Like I said in one of our pre-games, like I read this whole roster, and I'm just like, yeah, this is a scary roster, 1 through 4. Like, that's what you have to be at the top of the league, and these guys got it.
Yeah, they got great goaltending too, and Sorokin.
Former Cat Varlamov.
8-2 with a 1.97 goals against average, bro. The Islanders are getting good goaltending. Varlamov, where's he sitting at? Let's see.
He's got 13 wins, 6 goals against, 2.17. So not only does that speak volumes for their goalie squad, but their defensive squad as well, blocking shots, eating shots. And the Islanders, talk about a heavy forecheck, bro. Our style of play that we like to watch, that is them right there.
Yep. And Barzell is fun to watch, especially you see, they have a lot of guys, Belvillier, Bailey. They have a really good team. And I could see them making a push this season for the cup if they're playing like this, bro.
No, absolutely.
They're playing lights out, and it's gonna be a tough one. We have to play them again, Washington.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. We're battling for the first spot, and we beat them. So
Yeah.
if that's a good thing to know when you see a team dominating their division, but every time you've matched up, you've gotten the best of them. That's a good fucking feeling, especially going into the playoffs. The Caps in second. Ovechkin is starting to get hot. He's still
coming
not
alive.
What we would expect for Ovi as far as pace. But bro, he's streaky and he's at 14 just like that. With Nikki at 12. Holy cow, this is crazy. What year is it? 2008.
Right.
With 12 goals in second, and then Verona at 10. He's close to having a breakout like 20 goal season, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna stay consistent with that kid. He's such a great player. Nick, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say after Verona, let's just jump down the line. All these Capitals with 7-6 goals. Carlson, Oshie, Wilson with 7 goals. Sheary, these are guys we're talking about. Sheary, Daniel Spronger's got 6 goals. Taxi Squad, king of the Taxi Squad, Daniel Spronger. They got to make it a trophy this year for Taxi Squad, like best guy on the
like the
squad,
NBA has like the 6th man and shit.
Yeah, because it's him, bro. He has bailed us out. He played on the first line, the second line, the third line, the fourth line. I'm pretty sure the guy could play defense. Like this guy, he's a stud. So happy to have him on the team, man. We can't talk enough about him.
And speaking of Carlson with the goals, he's got the second most points on the team with 27.
Yeah,
Johnny Norris again, back to back Johnny Norris talk. How do you not bring this guy up when you talk about the Norris? If this guy doesn't win in Norris before his career's over, it's because he played for the Washington Capitals, and the Caps just don't get no fucking love. It's always been that way. We've always felt like we've gotten some shade thrown at us.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree as an organization?
Absolutely.
I remember back in the day, like there's always be like the NHL Network, and they'd have all these crazy displays.
Never the Caps.
Background. Never the Caps. Never the Caps.
Even to today, I feel like we have one of the best players in the NHL, Alexander Ovechkin, on the squad. No TV time. No TV time. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, how does the NHL network do that to us? It's crazy.
Even now that we've won the cup, we definitely get a lot more.
Yeah, but before that, it was like nothing. It was like, do they ever talk about our team? I feel like waiting for highlights, they just skip. They'd be like, here's a 7-minute breakdown of the Penguins game, and here's 30 seconds of the Capitals. It was like it always felt like that.
Yes, I hated that. Oh my goodness, that was the worst. I was like, I'd watch all the highlights, like finally get to watch the Caps highlights, and then it's like one goal from the other team or something. Wild.
It's like wait for the other loop. You're like, damn it!
It's a 3-2 game. They show one goal from the Caps who lost.
Yeah, no joke.
Like, get the fuck out of here. But hey, Caps are getting great goaltending as well. Samsonov has come back. He's looked strong. In 9 games played, he's 6-1-1. He's got a 2.48 goals against. I've liked the way he's played. I had
a feeling he was growing on you.
But I'm still a Vanacek fan. That's my guy. I think he's our go-to guy. I know he's the rookie, but I think in my mind already, just everything he's done, Samsonov would have to steal that spot from him. He's my go-to guy. Playoffs. If playoffs start tomorrow, Vanacek gets to start round 1, no matter who we play. That's a guarantee. 13-5 in 22 games played, 2.66 goals against with a .911 save percentage. So, look, it's a high-scoring NHL. We know that, but this kid, he plays. He doesn't give up on the play. Yeah, he doesn't give up on the play. So he's always he makes those big saves because he doesn't quit on it, and that's been huge to see a goaltender like that. So not so lackadaisical as like
little Holtby-esque.
Listen,
stays calm in there.
We talked about this. I have preached his back on his side. Like, bro, what would you do? You just got scored on. Shake it off. Like, nothing you can do. It got behind you, But it is what it is. Wasn't a lot of fans of Holtby when he was here because of that.
But I didn't like it at first, and then I figured out who Holtby was. Then once I understood him, I was like, I like this guy. Like, this is the guy. The save.
All right, rolling on. Going into third is Pittsburgh,
dude. And Pittsburgh's got some easy points coming up. Buffalo.
They made some front office moves, brought in some guys, some big names. Hextall is coming over from Philly. And they've made a push ever since. So they're floating at that 5 spot. They jumped up to 3rd. They're at 40 points, 19 and 11 on the season. Sidney Crosby is still one of the best players in the NHL.
This kid on the ice is looking as good as ever, man. He's still got it. He creates space, creates lanes, and when he's passing the puck to guys like Gunsel, who's leading the team in goals with 13.
Yeah, 13, yeah.
It's just like, how do you not score when all eyes are on Crosby and he's taking the spotlight, then you're sneaking in there.
Yeah, 32 points on the season for Crosby. Getzel at 30, and then Gino. We've been talking about him. Got to get him going if Pittsburgh wants to win. Sure enough, he's sitting at 3rd on the team, 24 points. With how many?
8 goals.
Yeah, 8 goals. Yeah.
The rest meant to be 16 assists. So I mean, he's coming alive there. But I'm a big fan of this guy, Brandon Tanev, as well, man. I'm a big fan of him.
Are you?
Yeah, I like his style of play. He's fast. He's aggressive. He's in your face. You're not going to forget him. Like, that's a guy, like, when the game's over, you're like, that motherfucker was all over me, you know? And then he still has the capability to pop off and score at any time, I feel like. He can hit a breakaway. He did against us, and the guy he didn't score. He's got legs for days, man. I like him as a hockey player for sure.
That's what's up. Go ahead and blow Tanev on the podcast.
Right? Like I see. So this is a rough comparison. I'm a big Braden Point fan. So I
love Braden Point.
I kind of see he doesn't have the wheels that Braden Point has, but he has that
offensive capabilities.
Yeah. But that's he's getting to that style. Like I think that's the style of play he's going for. Like I think that'll be like give the kid some time, man.
Really, I was looking at it more of like a halfway.
No, I don't. He did lay that big ass hit, and
yeah, he plays the body, tough. Heavy forecheck. He's going to be in your face if you have possession. Swarms the puck, and gets the greasy goals.
I would just like to see him turn into more of a Braden Point, but I understand.
That's big shoes to fucking fill, bud. Like you say Braden Point with such ease. Like, do we need to go back over the Central?
No, I was going to say who did I say Braden Point was better than in the beginning of the season?
I forgot.
It was either Draisaitl or Barzell. I can't remember.
That's arguably.
But either way I said it, I remember you were like, damn, like the okay guy. Like that's aggressive. That's
in 4th place, 36 points. Boston Bruins. They're gonna be fighting because they got Philly on their ass in 5th. But Boston, they've got their guys firing. Pasta's at 14 goals, Marchand's at 12, and then Bergeron at 10. And then right down the list for assists too, you got Marchand and Bergie.
Dude, Marchand is having a season,
34 points. Yeah, 34 points. And then, Halak and Rask have been playing pretty well together. I think both of them throwing low 2.46 for Rask and 2.06 for Halak. So Boston, I think, doesn't have too much changing to do. I think they're playing Boston hockey. I think they're there, they're in the mix, and I mean, other than turning it up another level, which I think they can do in the playoffs where they'll string together more games, like they're right there. But the crazy part about it is Philly's right on their fucking ass, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say Boston's back a couple games too, so that's something we got to keep in mind. They eventually got to make up these games, and that's 6 points that's available. So that could be a game changer. But like you said, Philly rolling up, coming in hot and heavy. This is going to be a battle for this 4th place position. And not to just skip over Philly, New York is right there knocking on the door too.
The Rangers
could
make
half of this bracket is scary.
The Rangers could make a push the way they've been playing. We just saw them play the Caps back to back, and they are tough to play against. And when they shut you down and they keep it that tight on you, the crazy part is they have so much offensive capabilities going the other way. We saw where they lit up Philly 9-1. Like, bro, unreal. Kreider's leading the team with 16 goals. That's right, Kreider, not Panarin, no big name. Kreider, big name in New York though, right? Stud. I would love to have Chris Kreider. I'm a big Kreider fan. Buchnevich though has been turning it up. He's a late bloomer for coming out of the New York system. 11 goals, and then Strome at 10 goals. Panarin though, he's on fire with the apples, man. The bread man's
passing. Yeah, and even with that many games missed too, man, dishing out 20 the apples, bro. It's crazy to see. But and talk about Zibanejad coming on as of late, man. That's one of their firecracker guys who isn't always consistent, but natural Hattie.
I love that guy. He's a great, great hockey player. Another player I'm a fan of from New York is Adam Fox. He's tearing it up this year. 18 assists, American-born player. Pretty sure he came USA.
Let's touch on Alexis Lafreniere real quick, man. What do you think? Do you think they put Lafreniere? They put too much pressure on him? Do you think they should send him down? I mean, look what Michael's doing. You know, that's what I mean. It's always, do you give these guys time?
That's different caliber. That's different
caliber.
Different caliber. What the fuck, man?
Boy, you got peanut butter in your mouth.
Different level of a skill when you're talking about entry level players.
Okay.
Both of them, decent draft picks as far as numbers, but when you're coming in that number one guy in the whole league, you're expected to be NHL ready.
NHL ready, burying the puck.
I think he needs to learn his game. I've seen he's got a physical side, but I think he needs to get lean. Like, I could see him being more of a role player as a goal scorer, and I think maybe he's getting caught up in making the hit and
too much play.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. This is.
I think he just needs to find his role. That's all. I think he's going to be another late bloomer, but when he blossoms, man, it's going to be
scary
because because you've already seen
beautifully scary. Yeah,
you've already seen shades of it. So once he finds his game, his style. Yeah, he's going to be deadly. I don't think
danger.
Not yet. We'll see.
Not yet.
We'll see.
Oh, wait, we got to jump back to Philly because I did what I said I didn't want to do, and I skipped him.
Did you?
I did. I skipped right over him. Back to Philly in the 5th place spot currently, 34 points, 2 behind Boston. We said New York's at 34 points, 2 behind Boston. New York's at 32.
Yeah.
Like we said, this is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a revolving door here. And let me tell you why, because as of late, Claude Giroux has come alive a little bit for the Philadelphia Flyers, man.
Yeah, 17 assists so far in the year.
When you got guys like James Van Riemsdyk and Farabee, dude, James Van Riemsdyk's already at 29 points. Farabee's at 25. Drew's at 24.
Yep.
Can you forget about Voracek and Kevin Hayes? Like, dude, this squad is dangerous, man. I feel like they just got to put it together. What do you they got Brian Elliott, at playing net as well as Carter Hart.
Yeah.
But Carter Hart's kind of having a roughie.
Yeah, goals against a 3.83 with a save percentage of .875. Philly needs to tighten up that big D defense.
Yeah, man. I feel like Philly's got the pieces of the puzzle. I feel like they just got to put it together. They got a dangerous squad. Some of their guys are running out of time, and I feel like they got to make a push. They definitely got to make a push.
Yeah, bottom of the East, New Jersey at 26, and then Buffalo at 16. Buffalo is. There's talks that they're gonna Toronto might make a push for Hall to make a trade. I've heard Eichel getting moved. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I think it needs to be a big shakeup. I don't think
man,
move 1 or 2 players and try to go back at it again. Like, I mean, they fired their coach. You know what I'm saying? So I think something needs to. As far as roster goes too, there needs to be player movement as well. Okay, it's not just a head coach. Like, just shake things up and start fresh. You know what I'm saying?
They got to shake it up.
Yeah, and Eichel has to.
I feel bad for the kid.
Maybe they got to bring in a vet. Maybe you got to take off that C. You know?
Right? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like something.
They need to start with a new puzzle.
I couldn't imagine being in his shoes and never playing like a playoff game.
Yeah.
And being considered a superstar in your league. Be considering one of the best players in the league and never played a playoff game. That's tough.
What a way to wrap up the NHL segment of the podcast. Jack Eichel.
All right, we got this great interview coming up. Tara.
Hell yeah.
At the glove drop.
Let's
He's
go.
Come in. Ranger enthusiast. That's about. We'll leave it at that. We'll let her do the talking. Let's bring her in, huh, Jay?
Yeah, looking forward to having her. Let's go. What's up, guys? We're going to welcome Tara, formerly known as the Glove Drop, to Men Behind the Mitts. Currently from the Glove Drop.
Starting off hot, boys.
Before we get started, big shout out to the first female joining the Men Behind the Mitts pod. What? Thank you for breaking the barriers with us.
I know, it was really difficult. They were big.
But yeah, before we get started, Tara, plug everything real fast. Your IG, YouTube.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure. I got my IG, the Glove Drop, Twitter. I've been getting fired up on Twitter too. Got some good ones. It's mainly just like my Twitter is solely for chirping.
Yeah.
Twitter, TikTok, it's all the glove drop, but YouTube, that's my jam. My YouTube channel. Actually, after this, I'm gonna get my little post game up for the back-to-back, the old double header of the Rangers game.
Yeah.
But yeah, my YouTube channel, it's the glove drop on YouTube. Cover not just the New York Rangers. I have a whole section for the New York Rangers, but I also cover the whole NHL, talking about what's what, talking about all the different teams and
Yeah.
who's hurt, who sucks, and who's how much I hate Brad Marchand, basically. That's what it is.
Oh, that's so crazy. You're just talking about how we would love to have him on the Capitals. That's fantastic.
I would take him.
God,
I hate him, but I would take him.
Me too. I have a Brad Marchand shirt.
Oh, yeah, you're way more invested than me then. You're way more invested.
Yeah, I don't have a shirt.
Hated guts, but damn it, I respect him.
But no, for real, like I checked out your YouTube page. Like we've been, just checking out your content and stuff, and like it's like really cool. Like what you do is like I love it because it's what like we do, and you have fun with it, and it's like I just love bridging the gap, and like like the way you do it for the Rangers is pretty much how we do it for the Capitals, like with our pregame. And big shout out to you, thank you again for joining our pregame the other night. And I'll tip my hat on this one. The Rangers did come out victorious, as you were busting us up before we started to record.
I mean,
so.
before during our pregame, when I hopped on your guys' pregame, I was thinking that the Caps were going to take it again. I thought we were going to come in a little bit shaky with the discouragement, but Kincaid, what a third goalie. Pull him up from the taxi squad, and the guy is killing it. Confident goalie for sure. He's been in the league forever.
Yeah. We've seen the same thing with Washington, the taxi squad. Thank God for the taxi squad. It's bailed us out a few times.
Over. Get on my team.
If the Rangers continue to play the way they've been playing, they're going to be kind of scary, to be honest with you. Seeing them firsthand on a back-to-back, the way they swarm the puck on the offensive zone and the defensive zone. It's hard to get anything going.
The team has been playing in these last few games since Panarin came back. They've been playing the kind of hockey that I thought that they would be playing this year. And we've had a couple of bumps in the road, with Panarin being out.
Yeah.
Here's a shout
What a weird scenario. Yeah, what a weird scenario for that.
Go fuck yourself. I couldn't believe that was rattling for sure. And of course, not having Hanky there and Tony DeAngelo, it's just been a wild ride. But if they can keep it together for the rest of the season, keep it going, I think they're looking good. I'm thinking they maybe get into the playoffs this year.
Were you a Tony DeAngelo fan?
As a player, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That guy he was our highest scoring defenseman last year.
Crazy how he can't find a team now, right?
But I'm glad they squashed everything. I mean, some of these people, I love podcasts like you guys, because you see these other people and they're just trying to write hit pieces. So they were talking about how he stole the puck.
I was going to bring that up. There were so many rumors, like what happened?
And then Miller comes out and he was like, nope, that didn't happen. And thanks for using my race thanks for using me on in your thing. It was so stupid. But,
it's all the clickbait.
No, the Georgiev thing, like you're close. You're in the Ranger, circle. Was that real? Like, was there an altercation between them two?
Oh yeah, that was real.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Like with the other stuff though, like talk about that. That's one thing. Don't try and twist it into something else and then use somebody as a reason. Like
how America of them.
As a player, Tony DeAngelo was an amazing offensive defenseman. He had a couple of slip ups here and there.
Barzell embarrassed the shit out of him, I'm pretty sure, at the beginning of this season.
Yeah.
He got to sit down the taxi squad.
He was looking great, but this season he came in not looking good. And if you're going to cause issues in the locker room, nobody on the team and nobody on the coaching staff said that he was a bad dude. What, that didn't taste very good for Hoffman?
No, God, it's like dirty cherry water. It's
like in somebody's mouth already?
Yeah, like exactly. It tastes like it's mouth filtered. Like someone drinks it, spits into that can. It's so brutal.
Yeah.
That's like coconut water. That's what I think coconut water is. But yeah, if Tony DeAngelo's going to cause problems, and get the hell out of here, man. We don't have time for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Switch it on the blackberry. Okay, sorry about that. Shout out.
Flavors. You think that's going to change anything? We had a discussion on this podcast prior to her coming on. It's not going to. It's just
not going to take. All right, here we go. Hold on.
Yeah, what's it? Shout out Corona Extra.
Blackberry.
Dees, is it good?
Oh, it's better than cherry. By
cherry isn't that great.
So a half a star from 0 to like half a star.
Yeah.
Not
that. What's that stuff?
Blackberry lime.
High Noon.
What's that?
What's that?
High Noon hard seltzer.
Oh, is it? What's the
seltzer? So I'm not hip to the seltzer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't do. I can drink half. I always say it's my problem with beers and seltzers. I drink half of it.
And you put it down?
Like a little warm, a little flat, and I'm like over it.
Really?
Gotcha.
Yeah, not a big.
Man, I kind of have this. Like I used to like hammer beer, and like I would like room temperature beer because it'd just be easier to hammer it down. That's a problem. That's why I don't do it.
Pulling them out the hockey bag, just throwing them back, right?
Yeah, like
room temperature beer.
Like not like.
Oh, you know what our thing was when we go to the bar? We'd go up to the bartender and order shots. We need warm tequila. We need the bottom shelf shit, and we need it to be warm.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Every
just
time. We were animals. People were just looking at us, just like, what they just fucking ordered.
Yeah. It lives in there, you know.
We have demons. It's okay.
Yeah.
Are you tequila, vodka? If you're choosing?
I like wine.
Wine, okay.
Wine gives me a different drunk. It's a completely different game when I'm drinking wine.
I mean, I like tequila.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
Rail.
Yeah.
Anything. When I was in
dirty.
the city, I got the hookup. I used to live in the city, and I was. Fun fact: I used to be like a model. That was like my deal.
Oh, didn't know that.
Okay.
Billboards in Times Square. What? But
no, that's so dope for real.
Bonus for us.
Stuff. Woof, woo, buddy.
That'll be in the headline. Former model is going to be in the title now. Yeah.
Good.
That should definitely get the boys going. That's going to get us some.
Get the boys fired up real quick.
Former model.
It's funny too. We used to go to all the clubs and stuff, and you know how like all the athletes and stuff would be in there, but the NHL players, they would come. All the guys and the boys on the Rangers and stuff would come through, but nobody would ever know who they are.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't have the name on their back.
You'll know football players, you'll know, but the boys and the hockey players, they would always. But I would know exactly who. And I remember a couple times like going out to dinners and stuff and sitting down. I'd look over at a good group of dudes. I'd be like, "What team are you on?" Because you could tell.
Yeah. Right.
But those are the guys that I loved it because they're hysterical. Mm-hmm. The vibe is so different. They're the funniest people in the world.
Yeah.
And they're not out there trying to be like, yo, I'm such a different breed. One of the reasons hockey so
the hockey vibes are for sure different. Like
they're so much better than the other vibes. They're so funny though.
Yeah. So this is like a good tie-in. Have you been a Rangers fan for like life? Like what brought you into it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's funny. When I was 4 years old, I was watching. I have three brothers. I was watching, not knowing. I didn't know anything that was going on. Obviously, sitting on the floor watching. My dad had the Stanley Cup on, and the Rangers won. And I'm sitting there, and like, you don't cry when you're got three brothers. Like, I was always the one.
Right.
You know, if you're hurt or whatever, you just don't. That was the deal. Because the boys would make fun of me. I'm sitting there watching. I remember like watching the screen. My dad's yelling for my mom to come and check it out. And you see the Rangers players like in tears, happy, and then the Canucks players, and you see them, like, they pan the camera on them, and they are crying, doing like that, like, upset. And I got like teary-eyed out of just so much emotion going on the TV.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like when a little kid hears like a song or something, and they get like tears, like babies or whatever. And my older brother looks at me. He's like, oh, "Tara's crying." I'm not crying. I ran upstairs, but I was so fascinated with it. And then when I was 6, I started to play.
Okay.
And then I played through, but always.
You started on ice?
Yeah, started on ice. I only just picked up roller in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Trying to get dirty, just saying, not a big deal.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the roller. We're gonna get to the roller.
I played. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Barbara Williams. She was the first female skate coach. She used to be a skate coach for the Islanders for quite a while. She's like a legend. So she was my skate coach. I played until I was 14 or 15, high school.
Yeah.
But where I'm from the North Shore of Long Island. It's very preppy,
right,
type of thing. And I went from Catholic school to public school, and the girls were brutal about it. They're ripping. Yeah. So I quit, and I remember quitting, obviously, not because I wanted to, but I was just like, I don't want to play. And I remember in the car. So mornings, so we used to have morning skate. That was our thing.
Yeah.
And my little brother and I would have lessons, and you get in the car 5 a.m, eat your waffle while my mom gets ice off the car, and we get to practice. And I'm like, I don't want to go in because I was terrified, mortified to face Barbara.
Wow.
She's a legend. She still coaches. Does skate lessons, and she's like, she's legit. She's like, like the freaking coach of the NHL. And so I would sit in the car. My mom's like, well, I'm not leaving the car on. You're going to sit in here and you're going to freeze. I'm like, I don't care. And I would sit in the car 5:30 in the morning because our lessons were staggered, but I wasn't taking them anymore.
Right.
Go in. So my little brother would go in for his lesson and she would be like, "Where's your sister? She didn't play?" I'd be like, "She's in the car." And then recently I saw her at the rink. Remembered me like that. I'm 31 years old. She remembered me like that.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you're back?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's so wild.
It was why I couldn't face the woman because she knew that I didn't quit for the right reasons.
Yeah. So like we kind of similar with that. Like I went to Catholic school for 8 years and then high school was public for me. Like I was supposed to go to a Catholic high school, end up getting injured. I broke my femur and I had some complications and it was like a campus, like how Catholic high schools are. They're like campus setup,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, they didn't really have like access for that type of shit. And I was like, well, I guess we're going to public school. And like, it was such a fucking culture shock for me. Like my whole life changed. Like in one day, I was like, what? Like, I didn't even know what to wear. Like I literally just worn blue pants or shorts and a white shirt every day of my life. Like I had to pick clothes.
Your stuff's not picked out already. Yeah. And of course that was one of the things too. Cause I'd show up, I'd be wearing jerseys.
Right. Yeah. Like you're just like casual. Like
and jerseys. And I was such a tomboy and the girls were ruthless and I was a late bloomer. Didn't help. But
that's so brutal.
Honestly, nowadays though,
mean
I like
girls.
Bitches. That's the word.
Yeah, but you know how much their lives suck right now? Like
oh my god, it's so funny. I keep getting butts like all the girls and stuff. I see them and they're like married with kids or whatever, but they're constantly like, "Oh my god, that's so awesome that you're doing this," or "Oh my," like I play on a team now. I play in a league, just like a midnight hockey.
Right.
We start at 11:15 and we go through 12:30. But 12:30, which turns into 1:45 a.m. Tuesday night, favorite day of the week. And I've gotten a couple of girls be like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Like, I wish I don't even know how to skate. Like, that looks so fun."
Yeah.
Or down at the beach playing inline, and I'll see friends from high school or girls from high school, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I'll be like, "Hey, yeah, you want to try and take a shot?" You saw it.
Right.
But
that's so wild.
It's fun. It's more fun.
Yeah.
Time.
That's hilarious.
Man, hockey's the best, yo.
Yo, I know, isn't it? Best. Hockey's the best thing in the world. I love it.
So you quit hockey in high school. You're figuring it out. But then let's touch on this.
Just saying
you shouldn't have. But let's touch on this. Like you just skimmed over this model thing and we're gonna let that slide.
Oh no, I went to Penn State. I was a track, I was a runner in high school, ran track, D1 track.
Okay, D1 track.
After college, I'd gotten a contract with a model, so I was in Manhattan for a couple of years.
Okay, so time out. So I'm assuming Penn State is when you blossomed. Then you said you were like a late bloomer, like
yeah.
So you came to in college.
For a little bit, came to.
Yeah.
So I was that kid, man. You know that kid that's like 7 feet tall, really long, skinny. Like my knees were bigger than my a baby giraffe trying to walk. So it kind of worked out in the end though, because I got that contract. So I was in the city. It was great. It was amazing. I got to go. You go to dinners everywhere. You can get in wherever you want. You meet really cool people. And it's funny because you wouldn't think that there was like my closest friends are girls that I met modeling, and you'd think that they would be cattier. And they're not. It was totally different vibe. Like one of my best friends, Abby, she's from Chicago. She's obviously gorgeous, but she rules. She's like hysterical.
Right.
So I had a great time with that, but I wanted to get into sports broadcasting. My degree's sciences. So I was like, all right, well, what can I do? So I made this is how badly I want to do it. I'm being told that I need experience, degree or something. So I was like, all right, I'm quitting modeling. I'm going to join the Army National Guard. They will pay for me to go to broadcasting school and I'll get some kind of discipline because at the time, So I quit modeling and I joined the Army National Guard, but I got medically discharged. I got endometriosis. It's like a women's disease. My shit's all jacked up. So I got medically discharged. Brutal.
Yeah.
I planned on, being away for 9 months.
Right.
And then I come back after I go do like the 9-month stuff, come back, and then I'll be able to start going to school and stuff. But that was all shot. So I come home, I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm 28 years old. The dude I was seeing like broke up with me. I was a hot mess. I was in my room for like a week and a half, super depressed, like wouldn't get out of bed, wasn't eating, didn't shower, it was just horrible. And so my mom comes in the room and she's like, well, you better let your cousins know. I had a couple cousins coming up from Florida And this was the night before Thanksgiving. She's like, you better let them know that we're not going to the game. Because one of my neighbors gave me 7 tickets to a game. Bring my brothers, their girlfriends, and 2 cousins. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean we're not going? Like, I'm not going.
Right.
And I was like, you haven't even gotten out of your bed in 10 days. Like, I'm ready to like throw you in the loony bin. You're about to off yourself. Like, what do you do? No, but and then I realized right then and there, I was like, hockey was so untouched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
by
what do you mean? Like
everything. Yeah. Like, I was like, what do you mean I'm not going to the Rangers game? What are you, high?
Right.
Of course I'm going.
That's what was me as a kid too. Like, like on a sick day, if I was sick and missed school, I'd still be getting ready for hockey. And my mom like, you missed school. What are you doing? Like, you can't go.
You're like,
hockey. You're sick.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, mom?
Yeah.
Like, I feel better now. Let's go.
Yeah. Like, I'm fine. Let's go.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it snapped her habit. I went to the game. Good one. Was that Belgium?
Dude, that's heavy. Yeah, I'm sorry. These seltzers are
good one.
Killing me.
I went to the game. It's okay, man. Got that hiatal hernia. So I went to the game. I was like, oh shit. So then also too. So then right after that, I come home from army stuff. I had to have surgery for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my females out there with the endometriosis. It's not fun, but it is what it is.
Sorry.
No, we have people. I know one of my favorite couples. They're affected by it for real.
Oh, it's just a pain in the ass. So I had surgery right around like a month after I got back. A month after that game, I'm laying in my bed, and at the time, everybody's watching Bird Box. You remember that?
Yes.
Man, I'm not hip.
Sandra
She
Bullock.
posted something. She's like, screw Bird Box. I want to watch. She's like, I'm gonna binge watch Letterkenny.
Let's go.
It's a funny show. And I click the clip and I see it and I'm like, shut the. I'm dying laughing. It was like the soft intro and you hear the guys throwing insults and I'm like, Jesus. So I click it, binged the whole thing during recovery. And then something popped up on my Instagram. It was this dude had a Canadian apparel brand called K-Bud. Shout out K-Bud because they're actually sick if you're Canadian. And I'm like, my little brother would love this hoodie. Clicked on the thing. And I ended up becoming good friends and with the guy who came up with it. And he was telling me, he had a YouTube channel and he was telling me about Steve Dangle. He's like, well, if you want to do broadcasting, have you ever seen Steve Dangle? I'm like, no. He's like, you got to watch this guy. He does post-game, Leafs fan reaction. Click it on the YouTube. And I'm like, I can do this.
Right.
I can do this. I need to do this. So.
That's so dope.
Steve Dangle was the reason that I started the YouTube channel.
Shout out to Steve Dangle. We'll have to get him
on.
No, Steve, yeah, and it's crazy. I just clicked it. I was watching it. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. This is what I want to do. And it's brutal. It's hard. I mean, you guys know you got your podcast going. This guy doing a post game every single game.
Yeah.
That's commitment. It's commitment because it's not just sitting down and record it. You got to edit it and make sure it's chopped up and everything.
You got to edit it right. And it's really
because he doesn't do it one take. You can tell it's not one take. So he puts some time and effort in.
But the thing was, it was hard at first. It took me probably 6 months to get comfortable in front of the camera on the thing, even after the modeling stuff, but to get comfortable doing, because if you're not genuine and you can tell, like you watch somebody on YouTube, you can tell right away. Like you two guys, I could tell right from the start. Yesterday, as soon as I hopped on, I could tell you're not.
That's so dope.
And you see everybody like on, and you could tell. So it took me a while to get that down.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of
second nature.
Let's go.
Dude, I still do like 40 takes for like a pre-episode, just an episode announcement. I'm like, hey, Buttes. I'm like, God, it sounds so stupid. Start over. Like, I'll get like 2 words in. I'm like, I fucking hate myself right now.
I know. Dude, the worst is too, I'll sit in the mirror getting ready to do something because like, it doesn't look like I have a ton of makeup on, but buddy, I'm like,
sorry, you got me.
Yep. Shit. I don't right now. Right now, I just got off the outdoor rink, but
hashtag natural.
Hashtag natural. Except I think I probably still have mascara on from last night. But like you sit in the mirror, I'm looking at my damn face for 30 minutes already before you even start filming. In your own head.
Yeah.
Pardon
it's tough, man. No, you can say whatever the fuck you like.
I don't do
my
any
mom
I just
loves
say
the
fuck
show.
It.
So.
I wing it. I wing it.
My mom. Yeah, my mom.
Yeah, your mom does
us.
love the show. Yes.
So it's cool.
Shout out
she
to
loves
both your moms, actually. What's up?
Yeah,
Mom?
they're it for real.
They are it. My mom was like the other night. She was like, I was watching your episode. Your eyes. Your eyes. I can tell. It's like, Mom, it's supposed to be as if the boys are at the bar talking hockey. We're just got a camera. There's no bar behind me yet. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
She's like, whatever.
My parents are like, don't you care about anything other than hockey? Like, go watch the game. And I'm
My
like,
parents
yeah.
already
And
know.
like,
No.
I'm like, yo, I put out an epi, and she's like,
Another
now
one.
you're gonna have to watch anything that I show you. But I get it. They're like, oh, what does my dad say? He's like, can't you dress more like a girl?
Oh, no.
Always I get that. They're like, why do you gotta look like such a ragamuffin? I'm like, dude, dad.
Ragamuffin.
First things first.
They go so hard, yo.
Don't put me in my brother's clothes for my entire life. And then
Right.
also feel like if you look at the other, no offense, but a lot of times, I could take the easy way out. I could do this in a bikini top.
Right.
And you would boost up so quick too, and you know that.
But that's such a novelty.
That's
and
so lame too. Like,
so,
here we go.
Like,
no, for real, because
like
another one.
Being a girl, but when I get hard, like recently, I knew I was doing the right thing when I was getting mean comments based on my hockey analysis. If people are coming at me because they disagree with my hockey analysis, that means they're taking me seriously.
Yeah, no, for sure.
100.
Yeah, they're listening to what you have to actually say versus like, oh, here's a pretty girl talking about hockey.
Give me a hard time.
Yeah.
Done. Dialed.
Great. Yeah. Great analysis. Great analysis.
Reading, for sure.
Great insight.
Yeah, here's some insight right here, guys.
But doesn't that fuel you? That just fuels you to be better. And you bring it the next time. You're like, okay, you're right. Maybe I did slip up here on this state.
Oh no, I'll be like, no, you're wrong. And I'll be like, listen,
fuck off, kick rocks.
It's usually like somebody from Boston. I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? Sorry that you sound the way that you do. Nice accent. Take a lap. See you in the next one.
Huge Rangers fan here. Do you have an all-time great, like, you remember growing up? Like, you obviously, who?
Messier.
Of course, I should have known. Right. That's an easy cop-out for Rangers fans, of course.
Hey.
And it's crazy that, like, he was a stud before in Edmonton. Like,
he was.
You think about his career in New York, and it's like, and then you think about his career in Edmonton, and it's like, exactly. And you guys had the great one finish out his career there.
Glue guy. He is such a team guy. Captain. And that's what I like about him. I love when you see the guy who is like a full-blown off the ice too, keeping the team together, keep going. Like,
so big on that.
To a point that it's obnoxious. Like, I love that. Like, I was watching the Flyers game, and Kevin Hayes, he was on the Rangers, and
I love him.
Guys,
I love him.
The dude is
stud.
Hilarious.
I want to have babies with him. Yeah.
Oh, nice. We'll see if I can put in a good word or something. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you know him like that. Yeah, please do. Please do.
But the thing was, like, the personality is huge. And then so you hear, and I'm watching the Flyers game, and now that there's no fans, so the only good thing is that you can hear what the players are saying. This person, this guy's screaming at the top of his lungs. You can hear him the whole time, to the point where I was like, shit, if I was on this guy's bench, I would be like, can you shut up? But you need that kind of dude on the team.
Yeah.
I love the guy the hype man, #1 hype man of the year. And that's how I feel about Messier. I think Messier was a big time. I mean, he came out the day, it was all in the papers, and it was like, we are going to win tonight, period.
Yeah, that's huge. That was huge. That was huge. He called the game.
Yeah, why'd you say that? Like, what?
And then he followed through by carrying the team on the back. It wasn't like he was even non-existent that game. Like, he carried the team that game.
He had to, because he said it, and he was like, I'll do it. I'll take it. We're going to win. And they didn't. And I was like, buddy.
Yep.
I mean, I'm all about the joke.
I know all about the Messier. My chick is a Rangers fan, and she wears a Messier jersey. Yep. So
morale.
Great guy. And like Lundqvist too, like it's the team so well, right? Like, you can't pick better players to come into New York City and be the face of the Rangers better. And with it being an original 6 team, like, that's top of the line bullshit here. Even if we're not Stanley Cups, we're still top of the line.
Yeah, this is an organization, like, they've been around since 1926.
Exactly. So
and
great players.
Respect for the original 6 teams, and I love actually right now, since we have these new divisions, I'm loving the fact that these old rivalries are being really refueled, like the Montreal Leafs rivalry.
Yeah.
This one's getting fired back up, because that used to be the thing. Like, that was, people were putting each other in the hospital, like the fans and stuff, because it was such a thing. And then, they're only meeting 2 times a year normally.
That's the Battle of Ontario, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's because Montreal's in Quebec, but.
Yeah. Okay. Shit, that's Ottawa, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was such a
Too much
rivalry,
wine.
though.
Too much wine.
Like they used to go, and then they used to win like 5 in a row. Like Montreal would win like 5 in a row, and then the Leafs would come in and take one, and it was just crazy.
How do you feel about the Leafs this year?
Dude, oh god damn it. That team is Kyle Lewis needs to get the hell out.
Who?
The guy who owns it, Dubas or whatever his name is?
No, Kyle Dubas, he's the GM, right? He's not the owner.
He's the GM.
Yeah.
That team is so frustrating because the players okay, ready? I'll put it this way. Imagine if Austin Matthews, he's huge. He's a big dude. Imagine if he played with a shred of sandpaper, a shred of grit. If he used his size and he played a little bit more hard.
He'd be OV-esque.
Exactly. But he doesn't.
Same could be said for Line too, though.
Hat trick Line. But
he just got that blindside hit last night from Lucic from the back. I don't want to call the kid soft.
Matthews?
I love
him. I think he's an incredible
player.
All
American players. All American players in the league are just I stand behind 100%. They're great players. Larkin,
I think that
Matthews.
he could be better. He needs to play.
I think the atmosphere too, though. Him playing in Toronto. Imagine Austin Matthews on another team where he can blossom.
Imagine Austin Matthews on the Boston Bruins.
Oh God.
I've never heard that, but the first thing that came to mind was fucking nasty. Like
disgusting.
Could you imagine?
He wouldn't even. Dude, he would learn how to play the game.
My fucking mind
he would learn
is
how to play the
fucking
game.
blown. We didn't even bring up aliens this episode, and my mind's blown off that one comment.
Yeah, there you go. Like it would be
Matthews in a Boston jersey. Just say that one more time. Matthews in a Boston.
On the Boston Bruins would be his number.
You're talking current roster too, right?
Current roster Boston
Pasta,
Bruins.
Bergeron.
Oh my God, he would learn so much.
He would be. That would put him at the level play that he could be. Like that would be the next step up.
Whoa.
But Lucic has that hit on him. Where the hell was the rest of the team?
That's what I'm saying. You better believe it if Simmons was. I didn't watch the game. Simmons isn't back yet, right?
Simmons is back. No, he was back. Yeah, but he wasn't on the ice. But he needed.
Nobody went for retaliation on that.
That's bullshit. That's gotta be your guy where you get hard. Like, don't touch him. Don't fucking touch him.
Exactly.
That's
but
crazy.
They do anything. They just skate away.
And the sad thing is I've seen headlines where they're calling him soft. I just think he has no backup. Any other player in the league with his skill caliber, like you don't even talk to him. Don't skate. Don't chirp him. Don't talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like fuck you.
It's like if he was playing, if he was on the Rangers and he took something like that, you know who's Trouba would be out there in 2 seconds.
Yeah, Lemieux would be right in his front.
I love Lemieux, but
can't stop thinking about the Bruins. I haven't moved on yet.
Mind blown. I've thought about Arizona only because obviously hometown. But
could you imagine
Boston if he went?
That's why I say. I have something going on Fun Leafs because if you
even he just left a Canadian team. Honestly, when you really think about it,
as much as you want, because
imagine it like New York. Imagine Austin Matthews is a Ranger. He's a fashion guy. Oh, he's hit. God, oh my God, he'd be a fucking icon. He'd be an icon.
This guy would be fits. Yeah, no, he would be in New York City. Oh my God, jeepers.
A legend. Oh, the guy. I can only imagine. Just oof.
That's what's up with the Leafs. And I'd gone to a few games. I used to go up to Canada. Please reopen your border.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. We actually have a lot of visits up there. We got to.
Yeah, I would be.
We had some rounds
every month for like 10 days. I would be up
really?
there. Saga, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was seeing a guy up there, and I would go up there and do podcasts. I've met Steve Dangle, hero. Hey. But I went to a couple of Leafs games. One against the Caps. Ovi wanted no tea with that top of the circle one-timer, obviously.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Ovi wasn't warming up either. He's standing like one hand on his hip, no helmet on during warmies.
Yeah.
Like his thing, and I made like
drinking Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, chilling.
Coke. It's
just doing nothing, and everybody else is warming up. And but the whole vibe and the thing too, it's so weird. It's just like
different.
Everybody's in suits. And that's the thing. People up in Canada have an issue with the fact like the Toronto games, the crowd it's just like nobody seems to give a shit.
Right.
Because it's more of a social. It's more like a thing to be like, oh yeah, I went to the Leafs game, or what do you mean?
It's just like all the guys, all like the high end business people from Toronto, just go to the games and they have their season tickets. You're not seeing many true dead fans.
Yeah.
It's either the tickets are sold out or they're like $1.80 for Upper Bowl.
That's insane.
And it's funny. The Rangers and the Leafs have gone back and forth with as far as biggest fan base and biggest like the amount of money that they bring in, and just how tickets are sold and stuff, because Madison Square Garden sells out every
year.
Yeah.
But and the fan base,
it's on my bucket list. I want to go to MSG.
You gotta come,
for
dude.
sure.
Come, you guys, both of you, get up to New York. We'll go. It's dope. It's amazing.
I moved to New York, and I'm still just as far away. By the way, it's so weird. I moved to Buffalo, New York, and I'm like, how far is New York City? And it's like, well, you know.
Wait, where are you right now?
I'm in Buffalo.
Oh, my little brother lives up in Fort Drum.
I don't know where any of that shit is.
It's really close.
I'm in Williamsburg.
You're basically in Canada. So yeah, I used to take the whenever I would take the train up to Toronto, I would get off in Niagara. And walk across Rainbow Bridge, because otherwise it's like another 2-3 hours to get in, because you have to switch trains and go through customs. Just taking a little walk over the.
Getting me hip. Have you been to Canada, Big J?
I've not. I've been south, not been north.
We gotta get you. We gotta get you up here.
Yeah,
buddy.
it's on the bucket list. We got so many stops to make.
All right, well, if you guys ever come up to New York, no, you will come to New York. I'll show you.
You guys just started letting fans back in too, right?
Pardon?
Rangers are letting fans in MSG. Yeah.
And I mean, there is nothing like a Rangers game at MSG.
I could only imagine like a playoff game, because I know in Washington you can feel it. You feel the energy in the building, bro. So, and that's such a larger building. Like, so I can only imagine. Yeah. A playoff game in New York.
The intro on my YouTube channel is a clip from a game.
That's a playoff.
We had been out of the playoffs for a while. That was the last game of the season. We had already been out. We'd been out since probably like December at that point. And Pavel Buchnevich, and we were playing Columbus Blue Jackets when Panarin and Bobrovsky were still on the Blue Jackets. I must have said the BJs, LOL. But so I was sitting very close, and Buchnevich scored to send it into OT with like a minute left. And so we were getting a little bit more hockey. And like I said, we'd been out of the playoffs. It was nothing. There's nowhere. That was our last game. Mm-hmm. But he scores, and that crowd went bananas. It was still packed out, just going nuts. Like, yeah. And the MSG New York Rangers fans, packed out house. It doesn't matter if we've been out. It's going nuts, and I love it. Such a amazing environment to play in.
I was gonna say I was just checking the dates. I was looking. I was like, when did the Caps play the Rangers? Game 7. I was there in DC. I had spent like $1,000 in like 6 days to go to all these playoff games. Me and one of my old bosses went to all the whole Rangers series, like every home game. And I will never forget next to winning the Stanley Cup, like when we were there, us defeating you guys. Oh my goodness.
What was that like, by the way, with the cup? Like, oh my God, it must have been.
Oh my God.
It hasn't been that. I was
late.
In a while. It's been a while.
I was late to work every day for 3 months, 2 months. The whole time we were in the playoffs, I was late to work because we were in the city for every game because we knew. Yeah. Like we knew this was it.
It was
when we beat Pitt. Like oh my God.
I was at a Nationals game. I was at the ballpark because I knew I was like, I want to be in the city. I can't get
I can't not
tickets. I need to be in the city. Me and the boys were at the fucking Nats game. We finished the game because we're watching our games on the phone at the Nats game, obviously.
Of course.
Nats game ends. We go over to across the bar. It's bumping because we can see as soon as we're coming outside, they got the Cats game on. We jet over there. It's fucking packed full of Nats fans, and they beat Pittsburgh. And I cannot compare. Like it was amazing. Just and then we were in the city with both of us when they won the cup. I got interviewed by the news. You remember that? They came up and interviewed me. Never saw the clip though. I guess I used profanity way too much. That was wild.
Yeah, like that whole series, like that whole thing, we were in DC every night. Like we were like, fuck it, we're going. We're just gonna go to a bar. We'll get into somewhere. Like we have to be in the city. It's too electric. And we actually got into the stadium before they like the away games where you can watch the game in the stadium.
Yeah,
like we were hip to it off the break. So we got like 3 games in. Then they had to start buying tickets. Like, we fucking work. Like, we don't have time to you know what I mean? So like that ruined it, of course. But then like every game we were just there. Like we were just in the city. Like
they did that with Rangers when we went to the playoffs. It's called Rangers Town, and they would have it outside of MSG too, but they would also put it in one of the parks.
Yeah.
They would have it up on one of those big, those big like inflatable things.
Yeah.
Screen, and it was packed out. People were going nuts. And it's funny because you don't really think like New York is like, oh yeah, the Giants and the Knicks, but the Rangers fan base it's unbelievable. You get people,
right?
You could be like the biggest CEO dude up at Goldman Sachs or something, and then you get the guys in the unions, the rail workers and stuff.
Yeah,
everybody, and they love it.
That's so dope, man.
And they just
that's what was
bananas.
That's what was great because I work DC. I live in Maryland, but I work like DMV. Like that's pretty much if you do like any type of shit. I'm a tradesman, so I work in everything. But like just going out, like getting lunch and shit, like everyone in the city, like they were like everyone was wearing red. Like people were like, oh, you see Ovechkin, like everyone. And I was like, this is such a great time. Like people that don't even care about hockey, they know about Ovechkin, they know about the Capitals. Like
his reaction too. Oh my God. I teared up for that one. I always get like a little teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Because there's so few instances where you see somebody in genuine, full-blown happiness. And when somebody wins the cup, and I love TJ Oshie, so I'm jealous of you guys.
Oh my God.
That's my boy.
Yeah, like you don't care over there. You're like, oh my God.
No, I was
the guy is like, but just the excitement. And I have Mark, that picture of Mark Messier. I still have I have the newspaper from when they won. It's been a while. And his reaction. Oh, and he'd won it before.
Yeah.
So good though.
It's the best.
But
you can't even explain it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The Caps really set the bar high for Stanley Cup celebrations.
Those and Summer of Ovi.
And we were a part of it. We were like always one text behind. They're like, hey, they're at Del Toro's. Get over here on East Street. We'd get over there and they'd be gone. Oh, they're over in the fountain. They're in the fountain swimming. We'd get on the bus. We'd get an Uber. We'd run over there. They're gone already. Yeah, we were always a step behind trying to catch up.
So crazy.
The Stanley Cup is in the state prison.
Yeah. Like those boys were, they deserved it.
Again, yeah, when the Rangers win again, dude, the ticker tape parade and stuff, New York will go wild.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a like when the Giants win, when the Giants win, sunk. It's been a while. But the fan bases are not as diverse as they are for the Rangers. And people go
right. How far outside of the city are you if you're
on the island?
Yeah.
It takes me like, depending on traffic, it can take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah.
But the train is 40 minutes.
Right. That's cool.
It's close enough, but far enough.
Yeah. That's like where we are, like for a Caps game. We're like, all right, who's driving? Like, come on, you're all strolls. Like, like we got to get at least in the metro. Like, that's so good.
And you know what? Like, I hate on the Islanders all the time too, but the Islanders fan base, no, they're trash. I'm just kidding. They're the worst. I hate them. Not an Isles fan.
Heard it here.
They had a dynasty going.
Man, we played we didn't play any New York teams.
Wait,
we played one New York team. No, you heard it. No. You heard it here first.
Islanders. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
This tournament we were at just this weekend, we were up in Pennsylvania, and there were like 7 New York teams, like all in the same category, like all Empire Roller, Empire Roller squad. And like we watched them play, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a gritty game. Like for Roller, like they were chirping, they were rough a little bit, and but it was funny. Like these 2 guys on this one New York team, the most irrelevant guys on the floor, and they were talking the most shit. And I was just like, you guys are fucking pylons. Like, what is happening? Like, you just get off the floor, please. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, at least be able to do something to me, like in one manner or another. It's so
you're talking to the wrong person, because I'm the one, like, man, when we play on Tuesdays and we always like it's like a clinic plus pickup, because we have to be careful now. You can't be like, oh, we have a game, because the rules and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll do like 30 minutes of skills, and then we'll have like a controlled scrimmage or whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll have these kids, like 16, 17-year-olds, but they're all on the travel team, and they'll stick around and they'll play.
Right.
And it's full gear, but these guys are playing in their warm, like they're windbreakers and stuff, and they're just killing me, like dangling me. But like, I just got back on ice, man. I've skated up until I started the YouTube channel. I got some skates. I probably skated 15 times over the last 2 years until I just recently started to get really back into it. And they'll, I'm not falling, but not looking great. Good enough. I'm not doing left crossovers, right side only.
Right. No, I saw you. I saw one of your videos on IG for when you were like getting back on roller and like you ate shit a couple times.
Oh, I always just post the pictures or the clips of me falling. That's my favorite.
Yeah. But I was
but these guys are great. They're very good players. They just, I know that the travel squad won states or like recently just won the championship.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, you motherfucker.
Right. Like
I'm giving them a hard time. I'm elbowing and pushing. But the people from the Islanders fans, and we always say, well, I'm always like, oh, they're trashy.
Right.
Nobody's as trashy as a Philly fan.
Yeah, they are.
Ooh.
Speaking of Philly, we were just there this weekend too. It was good. We were outside of front Wells Fargo. Me and my boy Denim.
This past weekend, the one today.
Yeah, this like yesterday. Today we were at a tournament there.
This guy who I skate with, French Canadian Mark. He's obviously French Canadian, but he came down. He coaches the junior Lady Islanders, the junior.
Okay.
And it was the playoffs this weekend. Ice. This morning, I know they had the finals against the Junior Flyers. I tried to find out how they did, but I haven't gotten any response.
Right.
Which means we probably didn't win, but they, that was his response too. He's a Habs fan, but he's like, I hate the Flyers. I hate the Junior Flyers. I'm like,
right. Yeah.
It's just
shit.
Hey, so I wanted to bring this up. With the women's hockey and all that stuff that happened with the Barstool, didn't you get a little caught up in that? So
Barstool Sports has the CEO who's big time into hockey. She got into it as
Erica, right?
Yeah, Erica Nardini. She got into it. She's a bit older.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple players from the NWHL on her pod. Dope. Because the way I see it is Spittin' Chicklets has grown the hockey community
tremendously.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest things that, like Gritty almost, like it's one of those things that's just been good.
It blew up. That podcast and that whole thing, and it's you get to see the players and the stuff that they do, those Sandbagger Invitationals. You get to see the players' personalities off the ice, and it's really cool to see. I remember I watched a Sandbagger with McKinnon and Crosby.
Yeah, I was gonna bring them up. They're my favorite. They're my fucking favorite.
Seeing the players off the ice, seeing the players like. And not just in like a Flyers TV or,
right.
the B behind the B or whatever, seeing them in their own zone, just having a good time with the boys is awesome to me. So obviously Barstool is a huge media outlet, and obviously Spittin' Chicklets has grown hockey so much. So she's got these two chicks from the NWHL, which is awesome, on her podcast.
Right.
NWHL came back and had a big problem with it because of misogynistic, racist comments in the past by Dave Portnoy. And they came out and ripped into these two players, and they were like, nobody, and we strongly encourage nobody in the NWHL to ever have any affiliation with this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, wait, nobody even knew what the NWHL was before.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Why would you, I mean, if you disagree with a certain media outlet, that's fine. But why are you giving shit to these chicks who clearly don't disagree? And they went on, and what they talk about, hockey. What they talking about, being a professional female hockey player, getting it, and that's it. So
that's crazy.
The way I see it is, and I don't really do much to promote women in hockey other than just be a chick who talks about hockey, but like that to me was backwards. I was like, okay, why are you preventing the sport from growing? Granted, the NHL is having issues growing. I'm all about the best players in female hockey getting paid and getting it going. None of the best players in female hockey really are in that league. That league is struggling. They're all in the PWPHL, Professional Women's Hockey League. Like Kendall Coyne, Schofield.
Okay, I'm like, I'm just not him. I feel bad.
They're not. It's like they're not in that league. They're in a different one.
You can't be mad at yourself, Jay. What they've done is they're not getting the publicity they need.
There's no size.
Star players like Hillary Knight who can play with the boys. You can play with the best of them. You have Decker. You have Kessel. You have all these great, amazing women.
They're not playing in that league though. Let that be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there needs to be there's a Canadian women's hockey league too, I believe. I've looked into. So if you think about if you get all these women into one league, it'd be a legit thing. And
for sure,
as big as the NHL.
No, but it could be it could be
But it could
big.
be amazing. And
women should have a
and
pathway
have
after
that-
college. Like your goals in hockey shouldn't be like, I'm going to play D1 and that's the best I can
that
do,
should
you
be
know,
the
like
case. Do I think that they made a mistake by going on Barstool? Absolutely not.
No.
Do I think that the
Because
NWHL
no press is bad press. They're trying to grow the game at the end of the day.
and all they were doing was talking about hockey.
Yeah.
This
Do I think
cancel
that
culture
they made
bullshit.
a mistake by going after those chicks? Yeah. Don't go after your own players.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you don't like a media outlet for something they've done prior. Like, why go after your own people? Like,
yeah. Why are you going after your? So I felt pretty bad for those players, but I think they are doing a women's. I mean, obviously, yeah, any press is good press. So it's great that it got attention for the sport. But I thought it was pretty. Dude, I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think it was pretty ass backwards of that chick to come out and write that article. Like, but then on the other hand, I can't say anything because I said something and people are like coming at me because I'm a white girl.
Damn.
But at the end of the day, like, yo,
you can keep it real here. Thank you for keeping it real here.
That's something we talk about.
We talk about this stuff, yeah.
If anybody wants to play hockey, I will do whatever you want so that you can.
Yeah.
Shit, who you are. I don't give a shit what media outlet you like. You want to play hockey? Let's do that.
Right here with you. Me and Denim Dangler had an experience back when I was in Maryland. We're outside playing hockey. This woman of ethnicity comes up to us. She's like, I want my son to learn this game. I love this game. I was like, yeah, bring him over. I got sticks. I got pucks. He can play all day. I can even have one of his own sticks. I'll cut it to his height. Like, I don't even all for the game growing.
Literally, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what your
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant when you step on the ice.
I don't care what your pronouns are. What I do care about is don't give me a shitty pass.
Don't leave me hang up the middle.
It's tough for women's hockey. I'm sure you followed always. The women's women's Olympic hockey has to be one of the top viewing things when it comes to winter Olympics.
When I was
so much hype.
8 years old, 1998 Olympics. That was the first year that women's hockey was in the Olympics. I was so pissed off that my name was Tara because that was the year that Tara Lipinski was killing it. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool that your name is Tara, like Tara Lipinski. And I'm like, figure skating is lame. And I'm like, the women's hockey. I was so mad. I was like, why couldn't my name be something better? But yeah, no, figure skating's difficult. Can't do that. No chance.
No, toe pick, death.
Yeah,
actually, I've never tried, but I'm an NTA, so I'm pretty sure I could do it.
Tanya Harding.
Bro, skating backwards is money. Skating backwards, because I used to work at the rink and we used to skate guard, and I'd be like, "Yo, I'm gonna wear dumbass figure skates for this whole hour."
Dude. Yeah, you're gonna skate backwards in those. You're gonna cross over in those. You're gonna cross over.
It's the only way you can do it.
Is it a flat blade? There's no arc or something? Like
no arc. No.
Yeah, I like that. When I'm ice skating, I love being on my toes. I love being that line.
You do that, you die.
Oh my god!
Toe pick, death, whamola.
When you're in rollerblades, they assist you in falling. Like you have to, that's why they're lifted a bit, because if you sit back a little on your heels, that wheel's just gonna go and you're going right on your ass. Every single time I fall, that's how I'm going. I'm going backwards in the skates, in the roller skates.
Oh, the Mars blades would do you so much discomfort, because the only time the Mars blades are hard to use is when you're standing still, because they pivot. So you're standing there like 1 ounce of like my ass will go back, and it's like whoa, like
and that's it. But I'm actually pretty excited. I got a pair of here's a plug, always plug. I got some Blade Tech blades. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those.
No, educate.
We just did a giveaway with them. Yeah.
I'm
yes, we do. I know.
SILKY Mitts did, not you. I'm sorry.
The Islanders wear them. All the guys on the Islanders. I know Zuccarello wears them. A ton of chicks who play pro wear them. So they're actually sick. I'm gonna put the steel in this week. I was gonna put them in this weekend, but
we're going to have Stevey B chop this up for Blade Tech. We'll make a shout out to Blade Tech here.
Oh,
yeah.
Check this.
Oh, that's hard.
It's got my name on them, but the thing with these is they got a little bit of a shock absorber.
Huh.
So they pivot more. So they when you're skating on them, you know how you take most of the shock in your knees?
Mm-hmm.
That's the point where you're getting all, if you hit something or if you're going quick or anything. So your knees are going. So these kind of, like on a school bus, the driver's seat has like the shock.
Yeah, the spring. Yeah.
The spring.
That's what these do. So they have a little bit of you step on it and then it pushes out too. So it makes you faster because it like snaps back. I'm pretty stoked to see how they work. Take a little shot off your knees. It's gonna be dope. I'm pretty excited.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
we'll have to
interesting.
keep up with your product
A ton
review.
of people, a ton of guys in the league are rocking them. I know for a fact the Islanders are all wearing them.
Wow.
So it's supposed to take some of the pressure off your knees, and also it gives you a higher kickback when you stride. So supposedly I'm going to go faster. So I'm pretty stoked to see how they work.
Yeah. Well, I could always use that. So let me know how. I'm going to follow up on that for sure.
Yeah, everybody. I could always use a little bit of extra.
Yeah. Looking for every advantage there is.
Yeah, I got the longest, skinniest, weakest legs in the world. So I need any help I can get.
Yeah, well, we were on the whatever who you talking about on the live because you like you said you were tall earlier. Like you're like what, like 5'9" and like 6 foot on skates? Like
I'm 5'11" and a half, about 6'2".
5'11" and a half.
Tall, yeah.
She's taller than you.
Yo, that's you
tall.
definitely are taller than me.
And my I do the in my skates because my ice hockey skates. I have to do the old Duncan Keith clear tape wraparound on the ankle.
On the old ankles, the old bender you.
I'm not even. It's not even a bender issue. Well, I am a bender, but you can still fit. Like the skates are a size 6. I wear like an 8.5, 9, and I fit them to it. But there's always because my ankles are like that big.
Yeah, just so
so I hold them really, really tight together like this.
Yeah.
Hold the extra and just as hard as I can just to get the support on the ankles.
That's so long shit.
And I'm a
That's
bender.
interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
If anybody gives me a hard time, hey man, Duncan Keith tapes his ankles. So
because the boot you only get it so tight. Like, and you got room in there. That shit sucks.
Yeah, man.
I've been blessed. I hear about all these horror stories about like lace bite and now your ankle issue as far as like thickness and getting support with the boot. Like I wear no socks. My skates, I got them. I baked them once, and I don't even wear socks when I skate. I put them right on.
It's funny. My roller blades are a little bigger. They're 7, and my ice skates are a 6. So for my rollers, I wear thicker socks.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have to do that though. That's what I'm saying. So I think maybe it's a skate size issue. Me personally.
No, well, it's just difficult for me because I have a wider foot, but then I have a really skinny ankle. So I figured out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
My ankles are getting a little stronger. So hey, man. So
you do have the worst of the worst, like because you have like probably a Nexus foot with a Supreme boot, like an ankle. Like I'm just thinking about it already.
You fucking boot nerd.
Because I got my foot like fitted and shit.
Tiny ankles and I can't get it going.
Yeah, and you got a fucking wide foot.
Dude, once I do that, Duncan, one of the skate coaches actually came over to me. He's like, "Give me your foot." And I was like, "What?"
You got to wrap those bad boys.
Yeah, and he wrapped it up because I tie him as tight as I can. On the top, I keep it kind of loose at the bottom. I put it right on the ankle, tight, and then I tape from like here. I start at like right here, and then I go back down a bit. So it's like sideways. Yeah. Because I can't do the lace wrap around. 1, I'm not a loser. 2,
strong on the lace. Strong on the lace. Yeah, I'm not a rapper either, but no, it's lunch. And I always like to hear how people tie their skates because I'm real loose on my foot. So my fucking foot's so wide.
That's
so buy my boots loose and then murder the ankle because I'm known for my ankles. Mine are really elasticy. I love to roll my ankles. Wow. Yeah. Like everyone thinks I'm like an ankle duster and like everyone gives me shit because like I'll blow out. Like, I'll blow up my ankle walking in a straight line. But the problem is like, everyone's like, yo, like, your ankles are weak. I'm like, no, my ankles are so flexible. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, if you rolled your ankle like that, you'd be done for 2 to 3 weeks, son. Like me, I'm right back in the game. Like,
no. Yeah. There people rip on my skating ability or my hockey ability. 1, I'm more accurate than anybody you've ever met. Fact.
Okay.
My trick shots are stupid. They're ridiculous. I know I have the accuracy.
We'll have to see when we come to New York City. We'll bring Denim Dangler. He's our trick guy. We'll do a little competition.
Buddy. Oh, we will have a competition. I'll take that one.
Okay. Oh, super competitive. I love it.
Make it happen.
I know. I'm pretty confident in my accuracy. My passing is dialed. Accuracy through the roof. My skating is not great, but again, I've been back on for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And it'll get back. And what are you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna make fun of me for not being the best skater? BFD.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Give me 2 more weeks, buddy. I'll rip it around you, no problem. Let's go.
I'm so glad you're back.
Love the attitude.
I'm so glad you're back into it. It's crazy. Like
you do. I'm stoked. I'm actually really excited because I remember like when I was a kid, I was just filthy, super good. I was with the boys and like in and out and everything, and I was super fast. And I had great balance.
So fast as fuck, boy. I'm so sorry. I had to say that. Fast as fuck, boy.
You need to chill.
I'm sorry.
But it's just a matter of getting the strength back, I think. My buddy, French Canadian buddy, who Lady Islanders, I really hope they won it. It'd be dope. He's such a good coach. He had me going. I've been going to public skates for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Go like 2 or 3 times a week. He's like, all right, 1 foot roll. I'm skating around on 1 foot, alternating for an hour, and then I can leave. I'm like wobbling out. But that's
Try a balance board too. Do some squats on a balance board. That definitely helps with ankle strength, and you'll notice the difference.
My ankle strength and my calves. I just got to get it right back, and it's starting to come back. Once it starts to come back too, the second you put the skates back on and go, you're great.
Yeah.
Nothing compares though to ice time. Like you can do all the workouts you want off the ice.
Oh, you're gonna skate like you're gonna go to a public skate. I'm like,
ice time is ice time.
I'm gonna go to a public skate. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. There's nothing that does it. Like I spin, I fucking run, I do the elliptical. Nothing works your hips, your legs. Yeah. There's
Over
nothing.
The last 2 weeks, I've taken 1 day off of being in skates.
Yeah.
Roller ice. 1 day off, and like.
So you have ice readily, like your ice, like your situation, like ice is readily available. Like that's.
Yeah, I can get to. There's more than a few public skates. I know some people over at the rink, and the public skates, especially in the daytime, are empty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get a full rink with 2 other people on it.
Right.
I have no shame. I don't care if I'm eating it hard.
No, that's it.
It's the best time. You gotta step outside your comfort zone when it comes to skating. That's how you get better. Is when you're on that line of in control and out of control.
Don't even care. I'll go down. I fall gracefully. It's fine. I don't care. And I'm gonna need to keep falling. But what's cool is the improvement factor. And I'm not trying to pump my own tees over here. But
do it. Yeah.
I'll do. In the last 2 weeks, I've gone from you get on and my legs are shaking, and I'm going slow, and I'm leaning over too much, being very hesitant.
Yeah.
You like the lack of confidence. To then 2 weeks later, it's like I'll cross this way. All right, I can turn. I can back skate. Do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's really it's such like a boost. And once you get a little stronger, it comes back pretty quick. You can either skate or you can't skate. I feel like that's how it is.
Yeah, like that's everyone's always like, oh, I'd probably be good at hockey if I could skate. I'm like, yeah, you think that? Like, there's so many pieces to this puzzle. You have no clue.
If you can skate. And even like the pickup games too, we're playing on Tuesdays is great. Because these guys are all better than me, significantly.
Right.
And I know my little brother is on my team. He my little 6'5", 300-pound brother, huge. Jesus. He's like a freaking beauty on ice though. The guy got his grip. He's like such a great skater. And he had came up to me after and he was like, yo, you did great. He's like, I can't believe you're keeping up with the guys. And it was more of a thing like, wow, I would have thought, no girls are going to come out because it's going to be intimidating to come out and play with all the boys. Especially knowing that you're not going to be as good as them at all. But you came and you played and you scored, like you're doing great. That's awesome.
That's so dope. Yeah.
And I was like, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. But now they have lunchtime hockey. There's 3 rinks within 10, 15 minutes of me.
What a blessing.
Oh, I know. Lunchtime hockey. So you go, it's 20, 30 minutes of drills. And it's beginner through, you just need to be full gear. You need beginner meaning like you need to know how to play and how to skate. So I'm going to start doing that maybe once or twice a week and really just get right after it. I'm diving headfirst into it. Like I said, I backed off the drinking for like a month or so, kind of got my good spot. And now I'm just going in full bore. It's going to be great. Yeah. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's so good for you. Like we were talking about your story before we recorded and I was like, hell yeah. Like, it's this shit I love to hear. Like that's like, we strive a lot on that. Like, the mental health. Like that's something that we talk a lot about because something that we all like, everyone's got such a big battle. Like I didn't really take that into consideration until like just like a year ago, I think maybe is when I really started thinking, I was like, wow, other people are just like, they're just other dudes and chicks, just like trying to figure the fuck out. Like it's wild.
They're just dudes, man, and chicks. Bro.
Yeah. Like, no, let's say
figuring it out, bro.
Like,
I'm gonna go grab my charger. You guys keep chatting.
That's right.
You don't even realize it too. Like working at the hospital over the last year and like I never had a problem. I was never breathing too hard. And the opportunities had been there. All the date, get after it. Even in the alcohol, I was out almost every night. Never had an issue with it. Never blacked out, never nothing. But over the course of the last year with the whole Corona thing and working in the hospital and seeing that,
I can't imagine.
I'm seeing myself just boozing harder and harder.
Yeah.
And I'm like alone. And it's like, I wasn't recognizing how much of an impact the situation was having on me.
Right.
And then about a month ago, like I was off when I was just dying. It kind of all hit me at once, and I like it was horrible. And then I kind of like snapped out of it. I was like, there is something wrong here. Like I need to step back and look at this situation. And I was like, okay, I got to take time off boozing. I got to take time out. I need to take time off work.
Yeah.
And so I did.
It's important. That's so important.
I needed it. It was just so the path that I was on, if I hadn't taken a step back and taken away, it could have been bad. I could have become like full blown like alcoholic. It would have been horrible.
Yeah. So
step down, and then with that, all these doors kind of opened up. Dove right down head first into hockey. Got my blades on, just ready to roll.
It's so good.
It's the best, dude. It's
like just to get. I'm gonna give you a crash course because like a lot of people know like that our listeners and stuff like. So my 30th birthday, got fucking hammered, Ocean City, Maryland, just shit show McGee, you know, like. And I'm an animal, like I like no joke, like there's things I regret, but like I wouldn't be who I am today if all that bullshit didn't happen. So I'm like it is whatever.
Yeah.
Used to be a pretty heavy DGen, just heavy drinking, like multiple times a week, like fucking heavy. And I knew it was an issue. And like, no joke, 30th birthday got hammered. And I was like, man, I just don't know if this is it. Like, I was like 300 pounds too. I was a big motherfucker. And I was like, I just don't know if this is it.
Big boy.
Yeah. Like I was sure they call me whale at the casino. I'm a big boy. So it's like, it hits New Year's Eve and my boy looks at me and like, he had been struggling as well. And he's like, man, we should just like not drink for like a year or like whatever. We should just give it up. And I was like, right then in that moment in my head, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm in. Like, I'm done and done right here. Mm-hmm. And like, I stopped drinking, went a whole year, like sober, like just stone sober.
When you quit drinking, were you sweating at first for the first couple of days?
Nah, so like, I wasn't like, that's the thing is I wasn't like I wasn't like an alcoholic in the terms, like I got to drink like after work or like during the day. I was never like that. Just the way my mind works. Oh, we're drinking. That means we're blacking out. I don't understand how to have 2 beers. Like how I just had these 2 Coronas and I'm hanging out now. No, now I get that. I have a mellow buzz. I'm having a good time. But before, if we're drinking, we die.
We drink to get fucked up. And that was the problem. We fed off each other. I was the same way.
I was probably like a bottle a day after work.
Wow, that's so.
Of wine.
You have like that's such a different level of stress. Like that's something different. Me. I just found, and I love a good time. I'm a loud motherfucker. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. And if you get me a couple in me, man, it's just a show, you know, like
I realized mine was alone after work. Cause like, I was just like,
see, that's a different type of
everything. But then I realized I was like, okay, so then I had to stop. My parents were like, what the, I was like, there's something wrong. So but fortunately I knew that it wasn't up until this point. And then I looked at the situation and I was like, okay, Tara, you're not coping with the situation that you're in.
Right.
Well at all. And now it's like after a month, I'm like, oh shit. Head's clear. I mean, I was sweating the first couple of days. I was dying.
Right. Yeah. That's so good for you.
Such a booze hound. And then, like yesterday or 2 days ago, we were grilling steaks or whatever. And they had a bunch of Bud Lights, canned water, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll have it. And I worked on one for an hour or so, and then we got the game, and we're watching it, and that was it.
Yeah, it's different.
Situation. So it was great to know that it's a really good feeling to be off of it, to be out of it, but still be able to.
Did you ever try anything else? Not to catch you off guard here or put you on the spot. Did you ever try anything else as far as vices to kind of like chill, like THC maybe? Is that something that crossed your path or?
No, I mean, when I was modeling, everybody smokes in the city. All the models do. That's how you say skinny. Right. And then I remember one day on New Year's Eve, I was like, what am I doing? I used to be a D1 freaking athlete. Why am I so I went and bought a had quit, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Was off of that. But my therapy, like my relax is hockey.
That's so dope.
That's amazing.
We're skating. We're working on this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny too, because I hadn't put out content in so long.
Right.
Of course, the last 8 months or so with the whole thing. And I just was like, you need to cope with this better. You need to.
Yeah.
And I knew that I didn't want to quit my job because I know that I'm offering value to these patients.
I was going to say, you're so important. Yeah, you're so important.
Yeah, the compassion level is something that I pride myself in. And I knew that I was making a difference in their lives. But then I just forgot to take care of myself. So now I have managed to come back to it, and you got to just get your head out of your ass for a minute. And sometimes it's good to take a step back.
Yeah, we preach that all the time. You got to be selfish when it comes to personal health, mental and physical.
Yeah.
You got to be selfish. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be good for anybody else if you're not good for yourself. So that's great that you took
your own
steps.
ass, everybody.
Yeah,
exactly. For sure.
Exactly.
That's the game. But yeah,
that's awesome.
I want to switch gears. So think like that. I just got to jump back to your modeling days in the city. So you said you would because like no, not just your modeling days, but you said like you would spot like players out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a good story? Like, please, I know you got something, but I mean, like, do you just see these guys at clubs? Like, do you just see these guys at bars?
Oh no, they would always be in clubs and stuff. But I'm trying to think.
Like, you just.
I remember.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
He went out. I won't say names. Oh, I can't say names, but I'll give you a good one.
All right, here we go.
So you go to the clubs at night, and then they usually close around like 2:30. That's when they kind of like peel out. But that's when everybody goes to One Oak, because One Oak is open late. Like that's the after party. So we go to One Oak. And looking at me at the time, you wouldn't think that I knew a damn thing about hockey.
Right.
I was wearing like t-shirts and sneakers and stuff, but I'm looking like a trendy bitch in a Adidas t-shirt, whatever. So we show up and we get to Oak, and I'm like getting after it, having a great time. And I look over and I see this group of dudes. They were the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
And I think it was the Panthers, may have been, whatever. So I knew that they had just played, and I knew that they just lost. I can't remember if it was a playoff game or anything. I don't know if it was something where they were being eliminated, but I knew I know the deal. And I'm with my friend, and we're dancing around, screwing around, and then a couple of them came over and were like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" I had like the vibe where the hockey players would always come, because it's, and I'll say something back in like a little bit of a sarcastic, chirpy type of way.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough to get anybody riled up at 3:30 in the morning. And one of the guys came up and was like, "Oh, hey, yeah." And I knew for a fact that they were 20, maybe 21 at the time, maybe.
Right.
Significantly younger than me, because I think at the time I was 26 or 27. And they tried to tell me that they were 23. And I was like, "Oh, cool, whatever." Or 24 or something, lied about their age. And they must have been 19. And I was like, "Buddy, I fucking know who you are. I fucking know you're 19. Shut the fuck up, get out." It was
That's so funny.
Call them out. It's so hard to tell me some 19-year-old coming in hot trying to tell me that they're 24. I'm like, dude.
Whoa.
And I played along with it. And the guys, there was like two other dudes with them, and they were losing it, dying laughing. They were like, fuck.
That's so good.
They didn't think that they would, but it was pretty good. There's some other ones, but I remember a couple of times me getting into a couple places and some of the players not being able to get in, having to flash an NHL PA card, and they were like, "Oh yeah, sure, maybe."
Oh,
that's so wild.
That's
hilarious. That NHL PA card. It was great.
Like, hey, I'm kind of a big deal. Like,
you know who the fuck I am?
But they had no, so that them being like, "Oh, can you come in? Can we come see?" And just the standard, like, just the jokes. The jokes are flying.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun, but it's just great to see the. It's really funny when you see them all together. I remember I went to like an end of season party. They all go out to dinner at the end of the season. You go out to dinner at the end of the season. And then we went downstairs to I think it was Lava, this place in the city, and it's like they'll have their table and it's just the sausage fest, a bunch of dudes, just the boys, and the personalities are just so exaggerated at that point.
Yeah.
And it's so, you don't want to think that the stereotypes are legit, but they really are. It's
like,
"Oh, boys. All you're hearing is boys, and they're like, "Oh, you're beautiful." It's just, that's the whole situation. Girls will try and come up and talk to them or whatever. And at the time I met up with one of the guys, and he was like, "Yeah, we're downstairs, let's go." And these girls, and I'm showing up in a hoodie and sneakers no matter where I'm going.
You're so hip.
That was the vibe too. That's the trend now. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Girls like dressed in the nines, coming in hot, and the guys like they can't even pay attention to the girls because they're so excited about being with the boys. They were so excited. Yeah, that's fun. But then they're like, "Oh, take this shot," and they're so it's so like the camaraderie between the guys is so funny. You just couldn't pull them away, couldn't get a word in because they're just joking around with their friends.
Yeah.
I love being with the boys. So I imagine being on a pro level, pro money, and the boys.
I was gonna say I'm gonna barely get broke
all the time.
Silly times.
Silly times. It's just like having a time.
Every fucking meal, even lunch, midday, game day. Like I could imagine,
so
like,
funny.
let's go, boys. We're gonna go get Sammy's. Let's go.
Yeah. Because that's too. I like that. I get along. I appreciate growing up with the brothers and like having this.
Yeah.
Because this is how I've always been and always really just kind of hanging out with the boys. I played on a boys team for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so jealous because I'd be getting dressed in the vestibule, like the old outside. They would be room, and I'm outside. My mom's holding up a towel and changing. And I hear them in the locker room, and I'm hearing them just dying, laughing, just having the best time ever. And I'd be so jealous because I wanted in on the fun. Couldn't really do that, obviously. Like, kick the door in, be like, "What's up?" But it's just the best is I always appreciated when they would make fun of me.
Right. Yeah. Support it.
I feel like you're a part of it. Like if somebody's like, you fucking, just giving me a hard time.
Yeah. It's better than.
What's better than getting insulted back to back, a couple of rip me a new one type of things. And that's the best.
Yeah.
It's nice to go
back. That's for sure. Yo, your story's so fucking cool, man. Like your story's so legit.
Oh God.
Like,
I have stories that I can tell you. Man.
But like happened fast. Like it seems like the last like 3 to 4 years, like it just happened so fast. Like so much has changed. Like
3 years
it's crazy.
ago. What year is it? 2021?
Yeah. I just found out I've been writing 20 for like 3 months.
2018, I was in the National Guard. Yeah, 2018, 2017, 2016, I was getting right after it in the city, just having a blast.
That's so crazy.
These like DiCaprio, he used to come out all the time. It was crazy. Just the craziest shit. But I've definitely found my what I want to do.
Yeah.
Your lane.
That's so dope. Yeah,
so,
this is the best community too. Like meeting you and like now we have another stop in New York to make. Like it's so much fun. Like this
We're
community.
Going to MSG. I'm taking you to the best pizzeria, Roses, not the one. There's 2 Roses.
Please.
Not the one that puts cornmeal on the bottom of their crust. Because if you put cornmeal on the bottom of your crust, get out of here.
And she's got all the party spots lined up. It's gonna
literally on the last episode we were talking about how me and Sil go crazy over pizzas, man. Like we hammer pizza. Like we would order one while we're there and one to go. Like
we're eating a pizza obviously because it's after the game or not. Doesn't matter what.
You're gonna
we're eating a pizza, we're drinking, and then it's like, bud, we gotta drive home from the bar. We're gonna need food.
You want to know what the best thing about MSG is? The train station. So I'm on the island. You drive to the train station or you get somebody to drop you off the train station. Train comes in to Penn Station. MSG is atop Penn Station. You walk up a flight of stairs, you're at the arena.
That's dope.
Oh, that's so dope.
You can get a taxi to or have somebody drop you off the train station, which is 6 minutes away.
Right.
On the train, you got an hour to hit back a few.
Yeah.
Walk up a flight of stairs and you're in the game. You don't have to go outside and freeze your ass off. You don't have to walk anywhere. You don't have to drive anywhere.
That's dope.
That's just a touch better than how
this trip sounds like it's more likely to happen just because of the border bullshit with Alberta.
Yeah, no joke.
This gotta happen ASAP.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that works.
We'll bring our blades too. We'll have to we'll play some hockey, go out that night.
Bring your blades and bring your ice skates.
Yeah, we'll bring the cameras. We'll make a whole little trip of it.
Content trip.
Collab. Oh, I love it, dude. I love this community. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, it'd be so much fun. I've got some spots too.
That's so
head up
dope.
You guys can come in for the Tuesday night game. Get on my line. I need.
Yeah, let's go. Bring the buttes out.
Dude, it would be the best line ever. Production.
Let's go.
I don't know what we're producing, but we're producing something.
No, we're producing a lot.
Magic. It's gonna be magic.
Trust me.
Content.
You'd be surprised. You're like, look at the big fella go. Like you're gonna be.
He's just skating like.
Oh, he's a fucking ballerina out there. He is.
David coming in hot.
Yeah, we're NTAs. We're NTAs.
NTAs. Naturally talented athletes.
Whenever you guys want to come up to New York, just let me know. I got a spare bedroom and a positive attitude, so let's just go.
You're the best, dude. Tara, thank you so much for joining us. Definitely make sure you guys. Yeah, make sure you guys check out everything at the Glove Drop. Plug everything real fast again before we roll.
The Glove Drop on YouTube. Don't discover the Rangers. Hit that subscribe button, because if you don't hit that subscribe button and you just watch my videos, you're basically using me, and that's. I'm just kidding. Check that out for sure, and thanks again.
Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate
you. I love it. I can't believe. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah. That's why I was like, we gotta
Kinda
fit.
flew
I don't.
through.
This is what happens all the time. We hate ending because I'm like, we could just talk for.
We
like,
could keep
seriously.
going, right?
I
The
know.
last pod, we did this other pod with these other boys, the Frozen Four, and we did 30 minutes before, 2 hours, and then an hour after. Like we stopped recording and we went for another fucking hour.
It was amazing.
Like it's the best. It's the
But
best
yeah,
community.
dude,
But
guys, this was awesome. This was like super fun. Like I skated all day. Come on this pod. Gonna rip out a video right now. Cover up the. Actually, yeah, I got a couple videos coming out. I'm doing gonna go over the Rangers now that Panarin is back and these 2 back-to-backs, and I'm gonna be doing each division a quick little rundown. Gonna be talking about Austin Matthews. Gonna drop the content about them.
Stud.
As Bruin. Cover it all
you're
up.
such a beauty. Let's go.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We'll have to get you back on live again. That was real fun. We'll get Jay
for
involved.
sure.
Us 3 get on there before a Rangers game next time. That'll be real fun.
Yeah, I'll
Definitely.
definitely check the schedule see when we take you guys on again. Tom Wilson's back.
That's the 7. We've only played
excited.
4, so there's a couple games left. We gotta get some
There is a
chirps
few
in.
left, man. Pre-games.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
The next one, I don't know. If the Rangers keep this going, holy shit, I'll lose my mind.
Yeah, they're playing well. They're playing good hockey.
I
But
mean, Tom Wilson can take his shirt off next time. Then it'll be worth it.
So
Willie, everybody loves
Sorry, man, what are
Willie.
you gonna
Everybody
do?
loves
Yeah.
Willie.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
All
right, guys.
Boys.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Once
thank
again,
you so
everybody,
much.
check out at the glove drop. You just got a little
Tara's
taste.
killing it.
Yeah, you got a
Tara's
little
killing it.
taste.
And
All right.
it's only just begun. Dive
Yeah.
in. About
So
to
true.
dive in on it.
So dope. Thanks again, guys. We appreciate it.
The boys from Men Behind the Mitts just want to say thanks for listening. And as always, be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media outlets at Men Behind the Mitts. Brought to you by Silky Mitts Hockey Club. Support the boys at silkymitsHC.com.